Stream is live.
We are doing a thing. Oh, what's going on here?
Yep, we are.
Oh, we got a thing going on. There's comments. Looking after a new grandson. Hey, Brian. Hey, Tim. What's going on?
How do I turn the comments on so I can see them?
That is a sweet mustache, by the way. I was going to tell you that earlier.
Well, thank you.
Before drill this last time, I shaved it off into the mustache, and it was the worst thing that's ever happened.
Oh yeah?
Oh, it's terrible. Well, I mean, here you go. Look at that. There it is, right there.
There you go.
It's horrible.
Chat. Maybe if I hit the chat button, I can see the comments.
Yeah. You got some merch set up behind you. Is that a new shirt?
I do have some. What's that?
Is that light blue one? Is that a new one? I've seen the green ones before.
So I've had this one. I come out with this logo when I first started the channel, and then I had we went to the Rat Fink reunion this last summer.
Yeah.
And I had one of the Rat Fink artists draw up my truck and do the cartoon thing with it. So I got that, and then just some stickers and stuff. But
cool. Yeah, I've got one of I was messing around with logos. I got one of our new ones on.
And that's, sorry, I'm fumbling around here, but I'm trying to see the camera and the chat. Can you do that?
Yeah. Some of our, wait a minute. What? I gotta try something. Wait, what's going on here? Oh,
sorry, I'm new to this.
Me too. It's my first day. All right, we're gonna turn that off. So we also got, who else we got on there? Unfinished Project Dart. He likes to post the bacon cheeseburger every time for us.
Bacon cheeseburger?
Yep, bacon cheeseburger. Can you see the comment?
Oh, heck yeah, I'm down with that.
Every time he posts something, bacon cheeseburger.
That's cool.
Yeah. I did anybody who won something last time or this bigger stuff that I had last time, I got it out in the post in the mail today. So I don't know, 3 to 5 days or whatever. And that kind of deal. So tell us about that gasser you're working on.
So 54 gasser or 54 Buick. I'm gonna move. Uh-oh.
27. What's happened to 27?
Man, I'm horrible at this. 27?
Yeah, Unfinished Project said 27. I don't know.
My rat rod's a 27.
Is it?
That one's a 27 or 28. I don't know what year. It didn't have a tag on it, so.
Oh.
But that's the way that the years check out.
Yeah,
this is a 54 Buick that we're building the gasser out of.
You know, when you said you were building the gasser, I was like, I need to find a piece of junk to make a gasser out of. So I was like,
yeah,
you can't be the only one.
That's what this car is a piece of junk.
Yeah.
So I have an all original 54 Buick.
Yeah.
And this was my grandpa. I inherited it from my grandpa, and this was the parts car for that car.
Oh.
And so it got in a wreck and had been rear-ended and stuff, and so I stripped all the good usable parts out of it, and we're gonna build a gasser out of it.
Oh, hey, Tim said he got his envelopes that I sent last time not opened. Hey, Tim, I still got to file that claim. I found that receipt, so we can get you your shop shears. Hey, Shop Cat, how's it going? These are some of our super awesome loyal subscribers that come on to every one of these weird things we do.
Dude, that's cool. I need to figure out how to do this more often.
It's I downloaded or I started the StreamYard account thing, and it is. I mean, it literally just walks you through it to how to
That's
set it
cool.
up. Oh, hey,
Awesome,
Tim, got your
Tim.
stickers from you. Cool.
Yeah, I sent him some the other day, so glad to hear that you got them. You always just kind of put stuff in the mail and hope that it shows up. You never hear.
Oh, you know what I hear? Hey, I got an empty envelope from you. I'm like, no, because right prior to Christmas, I sent Tim a pair of our I don't know if you watched it where I talk about these Harbor Freight shop shears because they're the best thing that's ever happened to shop shears. And I sent him a pair, and he got the envelope empty.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And then another guy, I sent him. I can't even remember what it was. Oh, I sent him an envelope that had some stickers in it, and it came empty. So, I ended up having to send that back out.
You're making me feel a little bit nervous because I just sent a guy in Nevada some cash for an old sedan body that I found and on some property that he owned.
Yeah.
Is on a canal bank on some property that he owned, and I've been talking to him for like a year about it, and finally he called me the other day. He's like, "Yeah, if you want to go get it and just send me some cash." And I'm like, "Okay."
Well, so, I've been working on 54 Chevy sedan delivery for 4 years now. He almost put a price on it the last time we talked about it.
Well, that's good.
I actually drove it once, and then that was about 3 years ago. And I thought he was going to put an number on it, and he didn't. He just keeps going, "Won't make me an offer." I did.
Well.
Oh, hey, UP, thanks for stopping on.
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, that's the only time I've ever had any issues with the post office with all the stuff that I've sent out. So just those two. And so now what I did was I actually bought some red, like big envelopes, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I send, hey, Don. Actually, I will tell you, I send out big red envelopes now so people know what it says. But Don on there, my coupe is leaking transmission fluid at the speedometer cable. I don't even know why there's a speedometer cable. I don't have any gauges in it besides the parts store ones that are bolted underneath the dash that work. But Don actually sent me, or sent Peyton and I, all the O-rings and stuff we need to fix it. And he gave me his number. He's like, "Call me. I'll walk you through it. I've been a GM tech for 150 years."
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then he sent me a picture of a sweet hot rod too. And then I was like, "Gosh, even my nice one's a piece of junk compared to that."
All my stuff is a piece of junk.
Well, I have the one that works all the time. That's the one you never see.
Right.
And the other ones, my wife told me that she hopes I never actually try to sell the coupe because for how many times I've called it a piece of junk.
Right.
People will be like, "Well, why are you trying to sell this piece?" You said it's junk.
Yeah.
That's probably the one that I can't sell because Peyton loves that thing too much.
Well, you can't do that.
Yeah, but that's the one everybody wants. Want help with that car?
They don't make them anymore. You know that.
I know.
They're getting harder to find.
There's a coupe body, a 2829 coupe body, 25 minutes from the house. He doesn't want to play ball on any. He doesn't want to take any offers. He's like, "I'm in it this much," and I'm like, "But that 27 you were talking to my friend Kenny about still sitting there."
Yeah. I'm hoping that either when I get my wife's truck done or this gasser done, we can drive out there.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim, Peyton went to bed. She was tired. It gets dark up here at 5:00, and well, actually, it's almost 5:30 now. But it gets dark, and wipes you out, especially when it's been 14 to 19 below in the mornings.
Oof.
Yeah, today was the first day above zero in Hey, awesome, Don. Glad you got your stickers. And today was the first day it was above zero. It was 8.
That's crazy. Because normally, like January and February here is always in the negatives.
Yep.
But I mean, I had my shop door open today while I was cleaning, and all I was wearing was a hoodie.
You know, I went out and did same thing. I had just a long sleeve thermal and a t-shirt on out in the shop. Hey, guys, guitar? It's still above zero. I think it's 2 out there. How's it in your area? You know, Tim, don't roll it in about 24. Oh, 4 inches of snow. We've only gotten like 6 inches of snow this whole winter so far. But we got inches of
Shop
rain.
Cat, they're never done.
Done? Oh, no.
Yeah, no. I use that word as a loose term for passes inspection and is drivable, but they're never done, and they really don't pass inspection if you look too close. But
you guys have inspection over there?
Yeah.
We don't. Not at all. Which is really nice.
Yeah, the state passed some laws probably 6 years ago or so, and when you register a car, if it's a hot rod or whatever, you can register as a hot rod.
Yep.
And then they don't bother you with like open wheels and bumpers and that type of stuff. So it's good. The state of Utah has done some stuff like that to make it a little bit easier for us. So
yeah, here in Minnesota, I mean, they don't even look at the car. I go in and I register one. I tell them what I paid for it within, minus 90%, and then I pay tax on that. Which is, well, basically, if I register it as a classic or an antique or a street rod or any of that stuff, or a Pioneer, because 2 of my cars that have Pioneer plates because they're older than 1920 or 1930 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so they just charge me $275 and I'm out the door. Doesn't matter what I paid for it.
Yeah. They try to, like, when I built my rat rod, they wanted receipts and everything to try to figure out how much it was worth, and I'm just like, I built it out of junkyard part. I don't have receipts. So, But yeah, Brian telling that story, giving a guy $500 and then going to pick it up. So the guy that I was getting this sedan body from, he lives in Ely, Nevada. And, so I went and made sure that it was on my trailer and then put the money in the mail. Because I didn't want something like that to happen.
Yeah, because boy, that'd be terrible. You get the money out to them, and you get there and it's done.
Yeah, that'd be hard.
Yeah. The only time they want to inspect one of our cars is if build something without a title. Then you have to take it to the state inspector, and they'll give you a state issued VIN.
Yeah, they do that here. You just have to fill out a packet with some pictures and stuff and send it in. So I always make sure that I get pictures of it all roached out and torn into a million pieces. And
yeah, I've only got right now I've only got one that doesn't have a title, but it's a shell, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's that 2829 Roadster that I was gonna build first before I bought the Sport Coupe back.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You still have that Speedster body?
The Speedster body? Yeah, I still got it.
I'm gonna have to work a deal out if I end up coming up there to get that other car.
Oh, I'll make you a smoking deal, man.
Did you see that frame that I got this last summer? That has the weird quarter elliptical springs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I can't figure out what it's for. What's supposed to be on it, but I think it'd be a sweet chassis for a single seater speedster.
Yeah.
IndyCar type thing.
I've got a Dodge Brothers frame that has the horns kind of go down like this, and it's got, leaves front and back, and the back is curved, and it's just such a unique frame that I was trying to figure out what I was going to put on it. And then I keep seeing these. I found a Dodge Brothers, like a Phaeton,
Yeah.
and, it's missing all the doors, but it doesn't look like it's a rusted piece of crap yet.
Right.
But they want to get rid of that frame too, and I was like, I don't want any more frames around here.
That's that sedan body that I bought. It doesn't have any doors, but I got a set of coupe fenders from a friend this last summer, and I like the looks. I can't figure out what the sedan body is either.
Well, you can't?
No. So I got to do I'll have to post some pictures and have you guys try to help me figure it out. But
yeah.
But I like the look of the cowl and stuff, so I'm gonna use the cowl and that, and either build a little roadster or a little coupe. See if I can make the roof lines work and everything. But
yeah, I forgot that I made a deal on a Dodge Brothers, like 20, I think it was a 24, 25. I forgot I made a deal on a Dodge Brothers Roadster body until I was like, oh man, I think I made a deal on a body. Sent the guy a text, and I was like, hey, I think I forgot to get that body. He goes, yeah, you did. And he goes, it's still sitting here. I'm like, okay, good. I'll come get it in the spring.
Yeah.
And my wife is like, please don't bring home. And I was like, I already made the deal. Shook man's hand.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You make the deal, and you're in for it. So.
Well, that's how I ended up with that tea bucket. I had a little bit of money, and I came in quite a bit below that, because I'm like, this is all I dare spend, and he took it, and I was like, oh crap.
You're like, that was all my money.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man. Yeah, he wanted, gosh, I think I got it for $3,000 less than what he wanted. And I just said, hey, this is all I got. I mean, if you don't want it, I get it. And he's like, that's cool. I'll bring it to you on Saturday. Like, oh, okay.
Delivered. Cool. Perfect.
Yep. So I gave him, because he wasn't far. He was like 50 miles from us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think I gave him $50 for bringing it, just because,
yeah,
that was the right thing to do. And he was like, well, you didn't have to do that. I said, well, you didn't have to bring it to me either.
Right. So he's not a 23-hour road trip away.
No.
To go pick it up. That's been the main reason on that coupe. Like, I got to figure out a time when I can go do it. So.
Oh, I honestly thought about just picking it up and then be like, well, now you can deal with me. But
right.
But my wife already was.
Your wife doesn't want you dragging more stuff home.
No, she's already not happy that I remembered that I forgot that Roadster body.
There you go.
So, but that one is missing a door, and I think it's missing the passenger door, so I don't really care. And I've got a Dodge Brothers Roadster windshield frame, so, and I've got another cowl I think that I can extend, because the Dodge Brothers ones are kind of stubby, so I think I can extend it out. And I think it's a Chevy, and I think it'll line up okay, but
yeah,
that cowl is pretty rusty, so I'm probably going to end up. I've got a Model T frame that I think I'm going to try to put it on, and
cool.
And channel it down over that, But that'll be after the Sport Coupe and the Roadster, and
yeah, you sound like me.
Frame and
yeah,
things. Well, they're talking about. Oh, hey Brian, you better go buy that wagon. 57 Country Squire wagon. Just go get it.
Shop Cat, thank you. Dude, these T-shirts are awesome. I love them. So.
Yeah. Do you order them right from you, or what do you do with them, or what do you have?
I have a friend here. When I started doing this, I was like, man, I'm going to try to use local people the most I can. So I actually have a friend that lives just down the road from me that owns a screen printing business.
Yeah.
And so he's been doing my shirts, and then I have another buddy that does my stickers for me. So
Cool.
Oh, sorry, what?
Oh, what do your shirts go for?
I'll have to double check. I can't remember. But anyway, what I was going to say is, if anybody wants to go on the website and order a shirt, I'm throwing in stickers with any shirt that gets purchased tonight. So
You have a website, Joel?
yeah, it's builders-garage.com.
Oh, Tim, what does Peyton need? She needs a bigger shop, 40 by 40. If you can find that on eBay, we'll take it.
Preferably in your neighborhood, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you can just have it shipped and just set right down over the other one, well, I'll finish it.
How big is your shop right now?
It's only 24 by 24.
See, mine's like 30 by 32. And when I bought my house, I was like, oh, this shop's perfect.
No,
No, I got the space, and now it's like, I got to build another shop just to park stuff.
well, hey, I picked up I was stacking parts in this shop, and we ended up buying another, just a 10 by 20 shed so I could put the parts in it.
Yeah.
Because now I got 3 cars and a 2-car garage.
Yeah, you can see I have mine shoehorned in right here. I got my rat rod all washed up from doing that snow rally today. Had to go to the car wash and wash it, so I wanted to park it in the heated shop overnight to let it dry out.
Yeah, I watched your video of you putting on the chains and all that one, and all I thought is, how much of a pain in the ass would it be to get my Roadster outside right now? Because I wanted to go do, I wanted to take it up and down the icy roads just to see how those skinny bias plies would do.
Yeah. $24.99 and $24.99 for the original logo, and then $26.99 for the colored screen printed logo.
Hey, X-Ray Dean, how's it going?
So my sister's awesome. I was trying to get on the website, and she just texted me the prices. So shout out to her.
Yeah. So I was given away. I asked what size engine was in my 28, the black one, and my brother was texting me, and my phone is what I was using because we were out in the shop. And then he texted my wife, who commented for him, and I was like, "That's cheating. He's got to do it himself." He was like, 347, 347. I had like 5 text messages that said 347. Well, no shipping to Kanakistan. Usually through exchange makes it. Yeah. What is the exchange rate, Shop Cat, for Canadian and American? You know? Oh, what's going on here? Oh, that's not good. He'll take parts off of it? That's a real jerk move.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, there's the website. Tim put up the website for us.
So, ShopCat, is it telling you that I can't ship to you?
$1.33. Okay, well, that's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
The exchange rate, I thought it was worse than. No
option to select Canada, just US. Man, I got to get that figured out. If you want to buy something, ShopCat, I think there's a way you can put it on there, local pickup, or send me an email, and I can get you hooked up for now until I get the website figured out.
Well, that's cool. So, hey Joel, we were talking. You asked me on your last text, I was just kind of hanging out with Peyton before she was getting in bed, and I didn't even know my phone made a noise. I had it face down.
Oh.
You were talking about
What did I
sponsors.
say?
You were talking about sponsors, and there wasn't anything inappropriate. Yes. Anyway, you were talking about sponsorships, and so we have one, and it doesn't involve any money or anything like that. They just have review tools for him. It's Orion Motor Tech, and he just sent us an email. Do you have an email? And you have an email on your page, right? On your channel page? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's buildersgarage.j031@gmail.com. Is what it is.
You have okay. You know what? I can, if you want, I could pass along your information to him.
Oh, heck yeah. I'd love anything.
Yeah, and his name is James, and he emails at the oddest hours, like midnight and stuff.
Perfect. It's usually when I'm out in the shop, so if I hear my phone go off, then I can respond.
Yeah, and the thing is, a lot of their stuff is kind of geared towards newer vehicles, and he thinks it's pretty interesting that I can make it work on the old junk we got out there.
Well, that's what we have to do, is we just have to make stuff work.
Yep. And so he thought that was pretty neat, and he goes, I said, well, you know, because we were talking, I was like, look, I looked at your website. All you got is like a lot of new stuff. And I said, but, you know, I've got old stuff. And he goes, well, do you think you can make it work? I'm like, worst I can tell you is no.
Right.
So
yeah.
We did, I did a brake bleeder, like, you know, like that, vacuum pump kind of thing.
Yeah.
And none of the tips really fit on my caliper on my coupe. So I took the tip off and I just shoved the hose on there and I zip tied it on, and it worked great.
There you go.
I had to do what I had to do, but I'll pass on your info to him.
I would love that.
Yeah, because I know he's I hadn't heard anything about him before until he sent the email, and then before I because I don't trust anybody, I checked out the website and did all this other stuff to make sure it's a real place, a real company,
Yeah.
And they actually just sent something. I did a video on it, so I can't say what it is yet, but they just sent something. I did it today. And it was a good struggle bus time. It was fun.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Well, now that I think about it, I did get an email. I don't know. It was maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it was for a microphone, somebody with a microphone. But it was like, I don't know, the microphone that they wanted to talk about or whatever was like a in studio, really nice, in your face microphone. And I'm like, well, I don't do anything with that. And
you're like, I can break that.
I don't know. The sender email address didn't seem super kosher, so
yeah, and
that one went to the spam.
I've gotten similar kind of emails. They're like, hey, would you like to be a, do you need a sponsor? And you're looking at it like, all you're saying is, hello, I've really enjoyed watching your channel. Like, yeah, if you did, you'd actually probably put the name of the channel in the hello. So that's the only thing. But I'll definitely pass on your info to them. I mean, it's not gonna. I mean, the worst that's gonna happen is maybe the worst that'll happen is they'll start sending you stuff and it won't. And you'll have to figure out how to make it work.
That's the name of my game.
Yeah.
So
I found that I've been changing my mind about 38 times on that sport coupe about what I'm going to do. So I finally just stopped doing anything until I figure it out.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the deal on my wife's truck is like I got to a spot where I'm trying to get the door gaps to line up and everything, and I'm leaving the body how it is, but I didn't want to have like a bunch of new body work and stuff on the outside, and so I kind of got frustrated with that and getting ready to get fenders fitting and all that stuff, and I'm repainting and redoing the whole inside of it's going to be nice, but the outside's gonna kind of stay how it is. And
Okay. And
paint just doesn't do well when it's cold outside, and I don't want to have to pay to heat up my whole shop just to paint a couple things. So that's why that one's kind of on the back burner, probably till the weather turns a little bit. But
yeah, it's supposed to be in the 30s here next week, above.
That's a heat wave.
Oh yeah. Don, you're right. Planning is definitely half the fun. But being that the sport coupe just kind of looks like this instead of having a whole top. Like your mind can go 50 different directions because you're dealing with this. But I'm just glad
when I was building my rat rod truck, I built it for a build off competition.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of times where, because I was trying to get it looking how I wanted it to and everything. And there was times I'd come out here and sit in the shop and try to plan what I was going to do. Mm-hmm. And I'd end up sitting here for 2.5 hours just staring at and trying to make up a decision. And finally one of my friends came over and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, he's like, "Don't you have to get this done?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, why aren't you working on it?" I'm like, "Well, I'm trying to figure out what to do with this or what to do with that." And he's like, "Just start doing it. You got to get it done." And so I did.
Well, and most of the time I have no plan when I go out there for what I'm going to do. So, oh, hey, Tim, put your email up there.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
If any of you guys want to order something or whatever, and it's not working for you, send me an email and I'll try to get it fixed, because it's hard to, I don't know. I can't buy anything from Canada personally to see if it works.
I will say it when I sent Brian some stuff, and it was very expensive because it weighed quite a bit, but it was expensive. And the interesting thing is, it got to his place in Canada before the one I sent to Arizona.
Really?
Yeah. UPS had there was a train derailment and it was delayed. And all I could think is, well, you can't really plan for a trail derailment.
Right. So I know a guy that ordered a brand new Ford truck when the whole COVID thing was going on and you couldn't hardly buy anything.
Yep.
And he had special ordered this truck, and then the chip thing happened, and so they sent him an email and they're like, "We can't get your truck sent to you because the microchip shortage or whatever." And so they're like, "We'll update you." And then like 2 months later, he gets an email, "We got your chip, so we're going to finish building your truck out and everything." And then he finally gets an email that's like, "Hey, we're going to send your truck. Expect it at the dealership in 2.5 weeks or whatever."
Cool.
So he's like waiting and waiting and waiting, and it never comes. And finally calls him. And it was like he waited for this truck for like 6 months at least on just getting it built because the microchip thing. And then on the way, it was like 2.5 hours north of Vernal, where they dropped the trucks off at the rail yard.
Yeah.
Like 3 miles from the rail yard, the train that his truck was on broke down.
Yeah.
And the only place that they could fix the train was clear back in the Midwest somewhere. And so they ended up dragging the whole string of cars and the train and everything back there to get the train, because it was one of the trains that was in the middle of he ended up waiting for like an extra 2 months just to get it from the shipping thing.
Oh man.
Because they had to send it all the way back and then bring it back out.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, that would be a nightmare. Shipping it stresses me out for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm always concerned that, is it actually going to make it? When I drop it off, and then because I know I've gotten stuff. I left something in the mail that was taped shut. Like, sorry, it was delayed. I'm like, no, it looks like it's got boot prints on it. It wasn't delayed.
Yeah, who's been dancing on it?
Well, yeah, Don. Sometimes, you just got to start and see what happens. Yeah, for sure.
Start it.
And look, I've got a pretty good idea of how I want to start it. It's the whole finishing it off. Like, how far do I want to take this thing?
That's you get back to that done word that we were talking about earlier. Is it ever done? No, it's not.
And now that I have the coupe and the black roadster, and so it's not important that I get this one done in any kind of time. But do I want to keep that 4-cylinder and the old 3-speed? Do I want to keep the mechanical brakes? Do I want to do I want to? How far do I want to take the interior? Do I want to just cut the roof off? Do I want to build a top and put material on it? Or that's where I'm at now. I think and then I've got a front axle that's got a juice brake setup on it, and I'm thinking, well, if I put that in there, and I could change out the rear end, and and I could have at least some juice brakes. But then I know I'm looking at then having to modify the whole brake pedal setup because on those old Model A's, they sit, it's all attached to the transmission. So
Yeah, it's one of those things that it seems really nice to do one thing, and then it opens up 7 cans of worms to get it done.
Yep. Oh, that's for sure. It's been it's going to be worse when I build that Roadster, because there's nothing there. There's no brakes. There's a rear end and there's a front suspension that's just hanging on.
Yeah.
Otherwise. So that one's going to be more difficult, I think. Or maybe it won't, because it's just like, okay, it needs everything.
Well, yeah, but then what everything do you get?
Right. Well, my whole plan on the one we're doing was to do like a race a gentleman or jalopy style racer, and leave the 4-cylinder. And I thought, well, what if I actually want to drive it?
That's what the other ones are for. That's why you have a whole shop load of cars.
Yeah, I can drive. I suppose I could drive it with that. I haven't figured out that whole double clutching business yet.
Nah, it's just getting used to it.
And it's neat to have it. My daughter, she wants to not put a windshield in it. Oh, what's this? Ordered a 2023 truck in late time. Got the call 9 months later, said he was told he had to pay $9,500 to get it. Nope. Oh, heck no.
Yeah, sorry. Keep the truck.
It'd be like, give me my money back. Oh, it was in the fine print too. Nice.
Garbage.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually a little bit. I have a 2022 Cherokee Trailhawk, and I leased it. It was the same thing that I had before. That was a 2020. I got it late 19, so right away, and then I drove that, and I was coming up on the end of the lease, so I went down and I got another one. And I thought, you know what? I'll just keep doing that. I don't hardly drive anywhere anyway. I live 15 minutes from work. It's only like 8 miles. So
yeah.
And I go and I start looking at what changes they were going to make for 2024. Yeah, they made a big change. They stopped production.
Oh, yeah.
On the Cherokee.
Can't just grab another one of those.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I'll just get another Cherokee. No big deal. Nope.
Right.
Oh, I won't. So I got a buddy that sells a Subaru, and he's like, well, I guess you'll have to come over here. I was like, well, I could.
That's a big lifestyle change to commit to a Subaru.
I know. Then I might have to wear skinny jeans and flat bill hats.
Yeah. No, hopefully my neighbor isn't watching, because he's a Subaru nut.
Oh,
they're cool. Like,
yeah.
My brother-in-law, we always had a discussion. I worked with him for a year or so, and we sat in the same office together. And we'd always talk about dream cars and whatever. And
yeah,
he kind of likes the newer, fancier import stuff or whatever. And I was like, man, I'd take like a Subaru rally car over a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or something like that.
Well, my hip hurts, my back hurts just thinking about getting in a Ferrari.
Yeah. But honestly, a Ferrari probably has more legroom than my rat rod does.
The one thing I can say is my coupe actually has decent leg room. But the steering column is right up in your in your business end of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it goes into the floor, and so you got your feet around it, and it's actually got decent leg room that way. But no, it's not the easiest thing to get in. You have to kind of duck in and then swing everything in and back at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. When I'm sitting in mine, it's basically like, remember when you're sitting on the floor when you're a kid watching Saturday morning cartoons, and you're just like sitting with your back against the couch and your knees up to your chin?
Yeah, is that what it's like?
Yeah, that's what it's like. But I mean, you get a big enough pad under your butt. I mean, we drove it, me and my wife, right after I built it, we drove it to Montana, 1,000 miles up there and back. And I mean, you just got to get used to it, I guess.
Well, my black Roadster, that thing has nice cushy seats, and the driver's seat has lumbar, and it's on a nice TCI chassis, so it just coilovers and all that mess.
Yeah.
I bought the car that way, and that was another one of those. Hey, this is all I have, and 2 days later, they're like, yeah, when are you gonna come get it? I was like, oh crap. But I wanted that car because I had sold I had a 30 Model A that was a cut down, either sport coupe or coupe, and had a flat head and an automatic, and I should have just kept it, but I didn't. And then so I was like, I'm getting another one. Well, so I found almost the same car, just a 28. And I'll tell you what, driving on one of those fully boxed chassis and the nice suspension, and hey, Joe, oh, it's nice to go down the road and actually just not get thrown around from the bumps. My coupe is not that way. That's pretty rough.
Yeah, you'll see how rough of a ride that rat rod is when you watch the snow rally video that's going to be coming out.
I'm telling you, the other thing I thought about is how quickly could I get a new carburetor on that coupe and get it outside, because that one would be easier to get at. Because I thought, after I saw you getting ready to do that, I thought, there's really a reason I shouldn't be driving my hot rod in the winter. And then, it was like 15 below, and all these other things. And I was like, well, heat might be okay, and the snow would be coming up through the holes in the floor.
Well, I mean, it's just part of the experience. The only bad experience I've had driving that in the winter is I drove it to work one day, and it started snowing, and by the time my lunch break came around, it was like 2 or 3 inches of snow on the ground. I was like, man, I gotta go take this home and swap out for a different vehicle. And on the way home, about 1.5 miles from my house, in between the 2 lanes of traffic, there was about a 2 foot wide furrow of slush.
Oh yeah.
And some guy in a jacked up truck thought it would be pretty cool to hit that slush right as he passed me. And I don't have any side windows on it.
Yeah.
And so it was just like in the air cleaner, the whole windshield, through the side window, covered me.
Oh man.
I was not happy about it.
No.
Happy about that. But oh well. Yeah. I guess maybe he'll get what he deserves one day.
Well, hopefully he does, because that's just a dick move.
Or maybe I got what I deserved. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe it was your turn, huh?
Maybe it was my turn to get dished out something for what I did in the past.
There you go. Hey, Brian, did you 440 horsepower in a WRX? Sweden.
Holy Sign me up.
I bet it's crazy fast. It sounds like a good time. Oh, and Don, I might call you for the carburetor thing. Because you guys had some great comments. You're like, yeah, it's overfueling. His fire shooting out this far out of the header, right by my leg. Yeah, that was a good time. I did order a smaller carburetor for it now. And so I'll have to put that on eventually. But that does mean I get to open up the garage door and make the neighbors mad. Well, not make them mad. My neighbor across the street, he said, he goes, I don't care. I'm like, yeah, well, that's good. And
Yeah.
there was an old guy who lived just across the street and just a bit to the south of us. And every time because he'd come by and check out the cars and stuff. And every time I go in front of his house with whatever, I just shit can it. And he'd usually like wave out the window or, something. Yeah.
That's good to have neighbors like that.
Oh yeah. And then I found out there's the sheriff that lives down that direction from me. So I don't shit can it in front of his house anymore. I don't go down there with the fully open header car.
Yeah.
And if I do, I just then when I get halfway up the road, then I shit can it in front of someone else's house who gets mad at me. Tell that they're mad.
Yeah. Hey, Brian, on this next video I'm posting at the snow rally, I got to ride in a 34 Ford coupe it's freaking wild. But he has a 3 on the tree shifter, and I've never seen anybody slam gears like that on a column shift. Yeah. It was impressive.
Huh. When I had my 47 Ford sedan, I had to remember how to drive a 3 on the tree. I'm sitting there and the guy's next to me and I'm like, 1, 2, and I'm like talking through it, and then the first thing I do is I killed it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, Don, I know it's gonna do the same thing. That's why I think I'm gonna keep that Holly, and then I'm gonna take that apart. Has it, but it's been on jacks. Oh, I can imagine special tags would be stupid expensive. Anything that says special. You just title it or register down here in the States. Nothing's illegal down here, it doesn't seem like.
Nope. A little bit, but nothing that I'm worried about.
No. I mean, I don't have any lights at all. Well, I have brake lights in the coupe. I don't have any other lights though. No turn signals, no headlights. I mean, they're
Really?
but I just don't have them.
Yeah, I could go without the turn signal and that stuff where it's registered as a hot rod and just use hand signals, but
do people where you live know what they are?
Yeah,
not here.
well, maybe half of them. I live in a pretty small town.
Okay.
We're kind of out in the middle of nowhere. There's a lot of farm stuff around us.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
people are used to tractors and motorcycles and
Sure.
sketchy stuff on the roads.
Okay.
So
No, around here, I had a T-bucket and I rolled up to a stop sign and I got there about the same time as the car, just off to the right. And so I put my arm out because I'm turning left and they're just looking at me like they had no idea.
waves.
Yeah. And so I went like this. I was like, I'm in that way. You go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had another one, like I could barely hear her yelling, "What are you doing?" I don't even know what that means.
Do they teach that in driver's ed anymore?
Nope.
They don't teach hand signals, huh?
Not here. Reverse in your face, first on the seat, second in the glass, and third at the floor. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Tim. You use a hand signal, I think you're waving at him.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, how's it going? Have a nice day.
Yeah. Because you're like, oh my God, we're going to crash. Yeah, that sport coupe I'm building has no brake lights. It has headlights and a taillight that work,
Yeah.
But I'd have to use them all, even the stop one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I can only imagine what that would do, if someone was like, what's that one mean?
Man, that'd be a shame for somebody to have to learn that, though.
Oh, I know, right? And then have to learn it, because they ran into the back of you.
Yeah.
as the gas tank is then, you know, up on your shoulders. 2 feet long?
It's a long that you're over in your passengers field of view.
Second gear, you punch that windshield. If you're slamming
Bam! Up through the wind. No, the transmission that I have in my rat rod is out of a Bel Air that had a 3 on the tree.
yeah,
And the way you sit, there's really no, because the steering wheel's right in between your legs, and there was no room for a shifter on the floor. And so I just built 2 twin stick shifters. So I got one shift lever for first and reverse, and then the other one for second and third. And so you got to, when you shift from first to second, you pop it into neutral with the one stick and then go over to the other one.
yeah.
But I mean, my shift levers are only 3 inches long, so that I can hang my leg over the top of them.
Sure. I would love to have a 3 on the tree and something, but maybe the Roadster, because
there you go.
there's nothing in there. I think I want to do a straight 6 in one of these. If I don't do it in this one, I think I want to do. It'd be nice to just do a straight 6 and then have just, you know, straight pipes or zoomies coming off of the block.
Yeah, I built a 33 Pontiac sedan that I put a slant 6 in, and I built a set of headers and an intake for it, so that the carburetors were actually centered in the engine bay,
Yeah.
because the motor was laid over, and then the headers just kind of were open headers right there in front of the cowl. It was pretty cool.
And there's a few straight 6s around right now that are actually reasonable. One came out of a Mustang. It's the 200, so it's got, you know, 80 horsepower, whatever the hell, and it comes with a transmission.
There you go.
An automatic, but you know, hey, whatever. My daughter said she wants to learn how to drive a manual in the sport coupe, and I said, no, you don't.
Well, once you learn that, then you pretty much have everything else down.
Oh yeah, I mean, we have an 08 Saturn that's probably going to end up her car, and that's a 5-speed. And I got it because my wife was doing a bunch of driving down to the southern part of the state. That's like 6.5 hours one way, and still in the state, you know. So
yeah,
I was getting 40 miles a gallon. I thought at the end of it, you know, whatever, if we sell it, we sell it. Well, so we were looking at, you know, kind of preparing to sell it, and we're like, there's no reason we shouldn't just keep it for Peyton. It's got heated seats, air conditioning, traction control. It's fully loaded. It's got a sport tune suspension because it was a rebadged Opel that they brought over from Europe.
Yeah.
GM Opel. Yeah. So they brought it. They did it to try to get us younger crowd to the Saturn. But hey, 6%. And it actually, I mean, I drove over with a buddy and drove it 3 hours back. But none of the controls make any sense because it's European.
Yeah.
So I had to read the manual on how to work the radio. The radio. I figured out how to turn the cruise control on and get it to work while driving it 2 hours and 45 minutes in. I have flashed headlights while giving hand signals. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got 2
that.
Ford 300s sitting outside right now.
Do you?
Yeah, one of my old bosses was just gonna throw them away, so I said, "Oh, I'll take those." I don't have any plans for them, but they're just sitting out there. So
yeah, I've got. See, now I've gotten more ideas in there. Oh, 300, maybe. Yeah. there's a couple of there's a 250 6-cylinder. It's a Chevy, and then a two that's a Chevy around, and they're reasonably priced, but I'm not ready for any of that. And besides, my engine lease is buried in the snow now.
So
'Cause
how far in advance of a project do you start scrounging parts for?
after I get it.
After you get it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm kind of bad that way. Is like if I have an idea that I might use something and I see a good deal on it, then I try to get it. But
Well, now that I've got Model A's and about 37 minutes from me is a guy who's got woods full of parts.
there you go.
It's a lot easier because I just send a text, be like, hey, you gonna be around this weekend? And then we go walk through the woods.
Then you just go walk around and look at cool stuff and pick out what you need.
The AA truck frames with engines in them. The cabs and stuff are gone, but I mean, like he's got this big stuff out there, and then you'll come across there's a sedan body, and then you'll come across. So that's where I found that Dodge Brothers.
Yeah.
There, and he's got stacks of doors. So, I've got plenty of doors to practice chopping on.
Yeah.
If I want to do that, but so yeah, and he's got grill shells, and he's got 35 Ford wheels, and he's got all this other stuff out there. But to see everything, it kind of, and you'd have to spend like all day there.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be walking around some of these woods in the spring and summer because then you got poison ivy all over you. 220, 500 horse out of the 225? No way.
Dude, they're pretty stout motors.
Well, I mean, they're the leaning tower.
You put a turbo on them and do some work, and I mean, I'm not a fanboy by any means, but the one that I had, it was pretty much all stock, and it ran pretty dang good.
Well, I mean, from there, they don't call them the leaning tower of power for nothing.
Right. So that's the one that I built.
Oh yeah.
So it was pretty fun.
I bet. And that's
there's a lot of people are like, why'd you put a slant 6 in it? And I'm like, why not?
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing why I'm looking at 6-cylinders is everybody's got a small block Chevy in their stuff, and I mean I'm one of them. I have a small block Chevy in my coupe, but it's not that there's anything wrong with that because I mean, look, as long as they have some oil in it, they'll run and not seize up. So
yeah, or you can find a starter for one when you need it.
Yep, I mean you can literally go to any auto parts store and say, hey, I got a small block Chevy. What year? And you're like, I don't know.
What years you got?
Yeah, what years do you have? Because it's.
I just need to see what you got in inventory, and I'll make it work.
You walk like this. I have this one.
Yeah.
But, and then and just that, I think having a 6-cylinder, whether it's an automatic or a manual or whatever, but would just be just a blast. I mean, because the cars weigh nothing anyway, so 100 horsepower is really gonna rip you around anyhow.
Yeah, that's like in my rat rod, like it's just got the 2-barrel intake on it. It's a stock motor. Other than it's a stock motor. I just re-gasketed it and put it in the motor or in the car, and I mean it's oodles for what that thing is.
Yeah, what do you have in it?
It's a 364 Buick Nailhead.
Oh, geez. You can find parts for that where you are?
No. No. I'm having starter issues. You'll see in the snow rally video. I didn't get a drive the first day because I couldn't get my starter to work. So
okay. Yeah, well, I had a 50 Chevy and my coil burnt up. So I went into an auto parts store right up the street from where I work, at the time. And I said, hey, I just need a coil for a small block Chevy. And he's like, okay, what year? It's like, well, it's a 50 Chevy. And he's like, well, they didn't come with a small block. I'm like, I know, but it's a 283. And he's like, well, what year? I'm like, yeah, sure. I don't know.
Just a 12-volt coil, man.
Pick one, you know? So dude this old guy comes out of the back and he goes, what does he need? He goes, coil for a 283. Goes, here, he wants this one.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, you got a coil there too? Because it burnt up. He goes, yeah, I got one left here. You know?
Yeah.
But I want to know, I mean, I'm surprised he didn't want to know what kind of brakes I had on the thing.
Does it have AC?
It had the wing windows, so yes.
Yeah. I need a U joint. Well, does it have AC?
Yeah. Well, and I when I was looking up oil filter, because I was going to do an oil change on the coupe, if you haven't watched that video, it's called How Not to Change the Oil on Your Hot Rod.
Perfect. I've done that a few times.
You name it, it went wrong.
Yeah.
How about this? I ended up having to take valve covers off, and the 400 is on the driver's side. But I don't remember on the 50 Chevy. It's long gone. It went down to the City a few years ago. But and it was like, look it up yourself. I'm like, oh, cool. So I'm like, small block Chevy 400, and there's a year. Like, oh crap. I was like, oh, I remember the 79 Blazer could get a 400 in there because my cousin had one. So I did that, and I'm like, oh, there.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. When I first got that 54 Buick from my grandpa, I did an oil change and stuff on it, and it has the canister type oil filter.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it seated on there square, and I dumped 5 quarts of oil on the ground of like the high zinc, super nice oil.
Yeah.
And I didn't notice it until I looked down and it was running around my shoes, and I'm like, oh, good thing it didn't run the other way and I didn't get in and start it. But
yeah. Oh,
so
Wayne, it was Clyde's fault because it had water in the oil filter. He started it. I had been driving it, and it was the snow was still, so I wasn't getting enough temperature to burn the oil out or burn the water out, and it kind of collected in the oil filter. And I pulled the pan out, and the oil filter tipped over, and I watched chocolate milk just come oozing out, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And so you can see the moment when I had had enough.
yeah,
like it is a moment towards the end. Like, I hate this car.
that's the bad part about video and everything is like when you get one of those moments and you just want to turn the camera off and be done and leave, but you can't because you're like, I gotta finish this with a smile on my face.
There was I had put just 2 small bolts I just drilled 2 small holes into the Roadster body just to hold the body down. And we were taking it to the show, or before we took it to the show, parts guys in their question. Oh God, yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the slant 6 dipstick is on the right hand side of the motor, but yeah. But you can't fault those guys because they're all kids and they don't know. They don't have any experience with anything that we're doing,
right.
You know, and they've never seen an actual parts book, and they're like, they have to look everything up by what's on the computer screen. So it's easy to get frustrated and laugh at them because we all know, like, you could flip open a book and look at different specs of everything and find the part you need. But that's just the bad part about the way thing is if you got to go to an establishment, you just got to deal with it.
Yep. Oh, hey, Joel, you see John Show Car Builder there in the chat? check out his channel. He's got this sweet Studebaker. I don't know. You can call it rat rod, hot rod, whatever. But that thing is ridiculous. It's awesome. You gotta.
That's way cool.
He came up for the car show in Big Falls this last summer, and it was 8 million degrees up here, and his Charger had. I don't think you could have put any more rainbow flake on this thing. It was just sparkly beautiful on top of the silver. He definitely had the most sparkly car.
There's a guy, I worked at a body shop for a little bit, and there's a guy here locally that he puts like giant like bass boat flake in everything. He paints everything with purple accents, and it has like the biggest metal flake that you can get. And dude, it drove our painter crazy trying to get it to lay down and get it smooth and everything. So
yeah,
I gained a new appreciation for cars with lots of flake, because that's a hard paint job to have go good.
Yeah, I use a spray can.
Yeah.
I did have someone tell me, hey, you're welcome, John, no problem. I did have someone tell me that my coupe is a rat rod until it's painted. And I was like, paint? And I pointed at it. I was like, I touched it. It's just because it's not shiny and smooth and, looking good.
Yeah, I don't want to get into the whole rat rod versus hot rod thing.
No, there's one thing I can tell you. Street rods have chairs in the trunk.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
6%, I can't find a 4-liter Jeep straight 6 up here at all because they're still running. Nobody wants to take them out.
That's true. Yeah, you got to find something that's been totaled and the motor's still good if you want one of those.
Yeah, totaled from the back end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, those 4 liters, you can't find one of those at all. Yep. What kind of stuff did they add to the paint? Done. 64 Nova. Yeah.
That's good. Good on your buddy.
Yeah.
That's what
I've heard the glass to paint too, yeah. But yeah, 64 Nova, that's a good car to start on.
Heck yeah. And I mean, it's hard trying to get people interested in, I don't know. I've had a lot of people that want to come and hang out and help, and they spend a few minutes in here and they're just lost. So it's good on you to have the patience to really take somebody under your wing and teach them from scratch.
Yeah, there are times when if we did a transmission service on Clyde, at one point I shut the camera off because Peyton were just yelling at each other under there.
You're like, all right.
She kept twisting her ratchet into me, and I didn't want to be under the car anyway. So, yeah, I shut it off, and we actually got out from under the car and yelled at each other across the car for like 10 minutes before we could go back underneath there.
There you go. That's good though. I remember. So I kind of started wrenching on old cars with my grandpa, and I can remember getting to the point where I was getting, I don't want to say cussed out, but getting talked out loud enough that that I'd had enough, and finally said something. So
yeah, my dad we had old cars from the time I can remember, because they were cheap, and my folks had them, and it was the 80s, so they were only, some of them were only 10 years old or so, and my dad had a 69 Catalina 4-door sedan with a 3 on the tree and a 400 and a 2-barrel. And my mom had a Fury 3, and I think it was a 360. It was a 360 or 318. I can't remember, but it was baby blue. And my dad passed away, but my mom still has the lake cabin. And I was 9 when we bought it, and we would race back from the cabin to the house. Is about 45 minutes, and take off at the same time. And my dad would always beat us. Well, my brother would ride with my dad, and I'd ride with my mom. No seat belts, any of that stuff. Bench seats, And one time we beat him, and he said he had to slow down for a cop. And I can only imagine. I don't remember how fast my mom was going, but I know it was. The speedometer was over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. And then I think now, like, if you got caught doing that, you'd have child endangerment and reckless driving and all this other stuff. No seatbelt. But I'll tell you, it's a great memory. And now, Melissa will tell me not to do it. Don't be doing burnouts with Peyton in the car. I'm like, well, I'll only do one. So I usually make it a good one. But yeah,
That's good.
Yeah. But we have a good time with. Peyton did actually drive the black one around our development here, so it's about a mile. I locked it into first gear, and she basically drove on the wrong side of the road the whole time. And I kept grabbing the wheel and trying to put her back. Thanks, John.
Did you have a video of that?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, I think I remember watching that one. Yeah,
I was terrified.
So,
and then,
I grew up learning to drive the hay truck through the field while my dad was throwing hay bales on the back of on the trailer. And so like my oldest, he's 9 now, and he gets to drive the side-by-side around at Grandpa's farm and the tractor and stuff. So it's good to get him out and get learning. But I just had my buddy text me and chastise me for not inviting him over enough so that he can learn more.
I invite my friends over, but they're like, well, what am I going to do? I was like, well, you're going to get out of the way.
Right. Yeah.
You're going to move when
you're going to do whatever I tell you to do, but it's going to be wrong. And so I'm going to redo it myself later.
Exactly.
No.
You have chocolate donuts, Wayne?
Ah. Can you Bluetooth one?
Yeah. No. I think I'll tell you, Wayne, that's not nice to just start saying you got that stuff. But yeah, we had, Peyton was a lot more gung-ho when we were working on the coupe because she liked that car,
Yeah.
And now, well, plus, she's 14, so she's trying to figure out, who she wants to be and everything. So if you've noticed, if you've watched any of the videos, a lot of them are just me lately because she's either doing homework or she's behind on something or not doing her chores or trying to be independent.
Yeah.
Defiant and that stuff. But she's like, I still want to come out there. I'm like, then you actually have to do that,
Right.
Yeah. And she actually said to me, she goes, what we're doing is boring. Like, well,
it's not always fun.
I was like, what do you want to do?
Most of the time, more than half the time, it sucks and you don't want to do it, but you have to.
Yep. And I said, well, what do you want to do? She goes, well, when we were working on the coupe, I'm like, yeah, we have this one now.
Yeah.
I mean, the coupe's still over there. 2 boxes of eclairs, Tim.
Who's Claire?
Who's Claire?
Who's Wayne Reynolds? That's awesome.
That joke goes right with your mustache. Who's Claire? But yeah, so she was telling me that it's getting boring, and I was like, well, we still have to cut out for patch panels. And then we got to try to weld those in without blowing through this old metal. And and then we got to cut out the wheel wells, and hopefully that won't blow through the old metal.
Building this gasser's fun until I stripped it out and seen the floorboards.
Oof. Well,
and now I'm like, yeah, I don't want to really work on that anymore.
Horse? Oh,
What's
hey,
that?
I still have your hat here because I didn't have a box big enough, and now I do. I bought some tools today, so I have a box big enough for your hat. Like I said, yeah. But at least you have some metal in there. I have holes where wood is supposed to go.
Oh yeah, just put more wood in it.
I have some, but I need to cut another piece, and I have to do it in there with the doors shut because it's 30 below outside with the wind chill. It does that sawdust goes everywhere, and I could turn on my fan, but it doesn't suck sawdust up, So, but I have the front two. I have where the seat goes, and then where the pedals are over the transmission. I just have to cut the back one.
Yeah.
We were talking about. Peyton thinks she wants to put a. Wayne, we have new hats. But she wants to use expanded metal for the windshield. Like no plexiglass or glass. And my wife, is that legal? I was like, well, I guess we'll find out if we get a ticket.
Yeah.
We'll plead stupidity,
I always wanted to build a car and put that safety glass with the wire in it.
Oh yeah.
For the side windows and all that, but I don't even know where to buy that stuff anymore.
I have no idea. Oh, yeah, John told me they make a wood kit. Yeah, John, you know how much the wood kit costs for that car? It's a ton. I have plywood out there. And I have cardboard that I can make a template and a tape measure.
There you go.
But yeah, that. Well, Wayne got on here, Iron Horse. He was talking about food. He's probably going to mention tacos here in a minute. Expanded. Oh. Well, what's expanded Steve?
Steve, but he's just bigger.
Bigger Steve?
Bigger Steve, yeah.
Like expanded Steve.
Just kind of stretched out on a plane,
Kind of like Flat Stanley, but he's expanded Steve.
Yeah, expanded Steve. It's Steve is actually expanded. Steve is actually Flat Stanley's uncle.
Patent pending for anybody out there who wants to steal these ideas from us. Yeah, I watch Iron Trap Garage, but
yeah, he's a craftsman, man.
He does
it all old school.
He makes me feel bad about what I'm doing.
Well, yeah, we're all at different levels of conversion here.
I'm not sure if you've seen my our channel there, Joel. I mean, it's not great. We're more
it's
about
something.
It. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, it's expanded steel, not expanded Steve.
Yeah.
But
and the dipstick's on the right-hand side of a slant six.
Yep, and it's got front manual disc brakes too. For that. Oh, John's laughing. So I lost my complete train of thought with expanded Steve.
That happens. At least you had a train of thought.
Something was happening. Well, in that, I was like, "Have you seen our channel?" That. Yeah. I mean, we got a solid 2 or 3 good videos. Lexan. You know what? I tried to get Lexan, but I wanted yellow, and they can't get me yellow.
Where do you get it? Because I need some for my gasser, and I cannot find anywhere to get it. So if somebody knows where to get it, I'll take that information.
I know my buddy who owns the glass shop here. He said he can get me the plexiglass, but he can't get me any tints, just clear.
So what, you got to get plexiglass and then put tint on it?
I guess.
There's
I
got
don't
to be
know.
somewhere that makes it, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to add the tint because I've never done
Right.
it either. I'd
Yeah,
rather
I
just,
don't want to.
I'd rather
You got
just,
to learn sometime.
yeah. I don't think this is the car to learn tint on.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I get great ideas from Matt, and then I go, you know what? I'll never be able to do that, and then I change it.
You just put your twist on it. Yeah.
Window film tint. All I know. Yeah. Well, the other thing is, I hope Matt never watches what we do because he'd be like, "Oh my gosh, stop!
Well,
You're killing that poor car." Maybe he'll, if he watched, maybe it would be when I had the black car out. Cat Plastic in Washington State. Hey, cool, John. See that, Joel?
yeah. Heck yeah.
Hey, Brian, we dipstick jokes. That's pretty much all I got.
I started learning dipstick jokes in elementary school.
Mm-hmm. And Brian, you've seen the stupidity that we do out there. I mean, Joel's had actually blue plexiglass. Probably from the show. Well, never bored. Hey, man. Oh, by the way, never bored. On the 2nd, I'm not afraid to cheat on this garage trivia, just so you know. We're coming out victorious. But
Yeah, I would love to get some sort of hookup on plexiglass because I that's what I want to do on this thing. I want to try to make it as cool as I can, but yeah, I could ask Finnegan, but I don't have his number. I lost it when I got my new phone, and
yeah,
yeah,
I
he
tried
hasn't.
calling.
I've been waiting for him to call me back, but he must be busy.
Yeah, I sent him a text too, and he just hasn't gotten back to me.
Yeah,
Like
dang it.
I got a new phone. Richard Rawlings stopped. You know, I didn't save it.
Yeah.
Oh, never bored it. He's pulling the strings. I wonder if he knows.
Uh-oh. Sounds like he's gonna get you the answers.
Mm-hmm. Either that or he knows Expanded Steve.
Yeah. And Steve has a vast vocabulary of knowledge.
Yep. He also a huge network of parts dealers. Mm-hmm. You know, we were joking around and said that if we start a second channel, we were gonna call it SpongeBob 13 because, you know, no one has their name, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and but now I think it might be Expanded Steve.
Expanded Steve.
Yep.
Then you can just spam Peyton all the time on this channel with silly stuff.
Oh yeah. You know, I'll be like what's that guy on the Stig, but it'll be more like just being an idiot.
Right. Yeah.
Being
Instead of a good driver, you're just a
dad jokes. Yeah, I'll be an idiot. The Army took all of my feelings away a long time ago, Joe.
Well,
2 weeks till I'm eligible for retirement. 2 weeks today.
Awesome. Congratulations on that.
Oh, I'm ready.
That's something that I'll probably never be able to do.
What, retire from the Army?
No, just retire at all.
Oh, no. I don't have any. I have no plan. I did tell Peyton that she's getting no inheritance. I'm going to spend it up until the last minute, and then I'm going to give her like just enough to donate me to science.
There you go.
Yeah, so 0 since it's a donation.
Just trash days on Monday.
Yeah, and just throw me out in the ditch. The fox and res dogs will get them. You know, whatever. I told my wife and I were talking about when we got married. You know, what are your plans for, you know, if you die? I was like, oh, okay, throw me in a ditch. Not me anyway.
So I have this thing, and everybody that I tell it to thinks that I'm just out of my mind.
Yeah.
But I want to build my own casket. And everybody that I talk to about that's like, dude, you're a little bit mental thinking about that, but I think it'd be cool.
What are you gonna make it out of?
I don't know. Maybe some bedsides from an old swept line Dodge.
There you go.
That'd be cool.
What was the other one? There's a guy actually on Facebook Marketplace here selling just the pine box, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, don't forget, you don't have to buy something from the funeral home.
Right.
You know.
My wife's cousin is a funeral director, and I was talking with him. Oh, it's probably been a year or two ago, and I'm like, "What's the rules on?" He's like, as long as it fits in the cement vault, you're good to go."
Yep.
I'm like, "Okay, good to know." So what's the dimensions?
I think it's like 6 feet tall by about whatever that is, 2 feet.
Yeah.
Look, you can get buried in a cardboard box.
Yeah.
My casket is white, has a V8 and a roll cage.
At least it has a roll cage.
Yeah. So when they dropped the coop off, I looked at the guy who dropped it off and I was like, "You ever see the thing you think you're gonna die in?" And he looks at me and I was like, "I think it's right there."
I think this one's it.
I'm like, "Yeah, this thing looks." I'm already concerned for my safety, and I haven't even driven it yet.
Yeah.
It was also on 3 flats, and it was a good time. Nothing like they're driving that speedster around with 3 flats and 18 loose lug nuts and no brakes. And people are like, "You put your daughter in there?" I was like, "Well, yeah. Got to learn how to ditch sometime, you know." And
yeah,
we're only going to be going like 10.
Right.
I'm not going to hurt that bad.
I've wrecked a pedal bike harder than that.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought, I was like, boy, this wanders even for this vintage of a car, this wanders really bad.
Right.
I found out why.
Yeah. Flat bias ply tires.
Yeah. 2 lug nuts on the entire car were tight.
Yeah. There you go.
I don't need a casket. Throw me in a hole, plant a tree. See, that's Iron Horse, ditch.
That's how you get haunted forests.
Yeah. I made a glass blown
urn.
Yeah, it's not Ernest there.
It's urn.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
That is cool.
That's cool.
Well, we took a hard turn. Now we're talking about death.
Hey, you know what? Everybody's gonna do it. It's one thing that everybody has in common. So.
You want to be buried in an oil tank? Holy crap!
Did he get it?
Yeah, did he?
Or has that time come yet?
No.
Just like a 55-gallon drum.
Or are you talking like
or an actual tanker?
Tank. I think 55-gallon drum, that's more of like a mob hit.
Well, yeah, especially if there's a couple inches of cement in the bottom.
Betcha. There's a lot. There's a lot of lakes up here. Maybe that's how you go. My mom actually said that she wants to be cremated, and then she wants, because her family is Norwegian, she wants a Viking funeral. She wants us to literally put something out on the lake with some of her ashes in there and shoot arrows at it. I asked her if she was drunk. I was like, "Are you drunk, Brady?"
Was she?
I was like, "I don't think you can legally do that."
Well, as long as you don't get caught, it's just like hot rodding.
Yeah, right.
It's all fine until you get caught.
Yeah, I had a tea bucket, and I was out just beating the crap out of it in the middle of the day, taking the day off, and I turned to go home, and it was this glorious burnout. I turned and I just shit canned it, and I come around a curve, and who do I see? I see a white Durango county sheriff. I was like, "Oh, I'm pinched." out the door, he sticks his head and his hand out the door and waves at the guy I went to high school with. So I'm like, and then I went home before my luck ran
Perfect.
out.
I'm gonna go home, park it for a minute.
Oh, hey, what the hell? Yep. What speaker? I use the mic. Oh, you use the microphone. Okay. Like, lawn tractor and a mini bike. Oh my God. And then be sure to have it.
Oh, yeah.
I want to build a racing lawnmower, but I don't want to race it. I just want to like drive it places.
Right.
He's building a residential oil tank. That's awesome. You got
That's cool.
So
That's
like
cool.
two oil tank, huh, Brian? That's crazy. I
Huh.
want to build a racing lawnmower just to go get the mail. You know, I don't really want to race it, but I want to get there at 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, I actually I got one from my brother-in-law. Him and his brother built them a while ago, and he wasn't doing anything with it, so he gave it to me, and I roared around on it for a while, but it's just parked. So if you want to come get it, you can have it.
Should I bring that 27 with me?
Yeah, just bring that with you while you. And maybe we'll meet halfway.
just swap.
Yeah.
Where would halfway be? Somewhere in like Montana, North Dakota, somewhere in there. Well, no,
Yeah.
it'd be like probably Nebraska-ish.
All I know is that that's a long trip.
Yeah. Yes. Wait, Don, what's got a 650 Yamaha? You have a lawnmower with a 650 Yamaha in it, Don?
Bro.
That sounds dangerously fun, but
I think he's offering his 650 Yamaha motor for your lawnmower project.
Oh. Well, I mean, it's a start because I don't have the mower. I mean, I could start with that.
I mean, you're better off just.
Oh, a whole bike.
You're better off just kind of starting from scratch at that point, I think, because lawnmower chassis aren't really that cool. Yeah, I think would be like northeast, southeast, South Dakota, Nebraska, somewhere, Iowa, somewhere there.
Okay. Well, yeah, because Minnesota from where I live to like Iowa's 8 hours. Like it's literally 8 hours, like going straight south.
Yeah, then we'd be in Nebraska for sure.
But if I went into North Dakota and then down I-29 and hit, was it 81 going through Nebraska? I've driven on that one a bunch. It's horrible.
I got a visitor.
You got a visitor?
Oh, your foot hit the. She's got a.
Hi.
Is it an orange peel, beard and mustache?
Oh yeah, I got a better look there on the TV.
You got the orange peels taped on her face. Oh.
Sometimes I feel like that's what I got on here.
Yeah.
Oh, Tim's trying to give me a lawnmower. You got lawnmower bodies. Put a straight 6 in a lawnmower, maybe.
There you go. Daddy, if you talk on this,
yeah, I am exactly 12 hours straight north of you.
So let's meet at Chad's house. What are we doing at Chad's house?
We're all gonna come to my house. I'll put a pork shoulder on the smoke again.
Or Iron Horse's house. Sorry.
Oh, Iron Horse.
If Iron Horse is 12 hours south of you, he's got to be about 12 hours east of me.
Probably. Because he's in, you can't spell, biddies. That, I think, isn't that an old lady, Tim, a biddy? Or is it bites? It's like expanded Steve.
Yep.
I'm telling you, maybe that's what middle of Iowa, yeah.
Middle of Iowa. It's got to be.
No. Can't read.
Yeah, you don't need to spell because I can't read.
Yeah. So, Iron Horse, when I find something in Iowa around where you're at, I'm like, hey, can you go look at this piece of junk for me? Would you do that? Because I'm always like, it's so far for me to just even go think about looking at this piece of junk.
Yeah. Middle of Iowa is still 15 hours for me, so.
So I'd have to, we'd be close to Nebraska in there.
Yeah.
Ooh, Iron Horse said, sure. Yeah. I don't look in Iowa too much because it's, literally a day's drive. And I'm still in Minnesota till at the end of the day. What year's your wife's truck? I can see it behind you.
It is a 38 International. You want to see it? That's where we're at on the inside of it right now.
Oh, that looks nice.
I want to see inside.
38 International. You never see those things ever.
No. No, I paid $500 for this truck, so.
I think that's a good deal.
Yeah, it was pretty decent.
Building it for my mommy.
Yeah, building it for mom.
Yep.
But I just put a little throttle body injected V6 out of a S10 in it with an automatic tranny and.
Cool. Oh, that'll do great in that thing.
S10 rear end with 4-link in the back and Mustang 2 style suspension in the front. So she's getting all fixed up.
Yeah. That V6 will push that around without a problem.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
Talk the merch.
That'll be good for her. What's that?
Yeah, you gotta hawk your merch.
Yeah.
Oh, and Neverboard S10 said it's got to be cool. It's a 16-hour drive for me from here to you, Brian. You gonna come to the car show in Big Falls next year? Yeah, that one in the middle. I'm telling you, that's just cool. I'm gonna have to go. You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna go on your website later, and then I'll be wearing. Then you'll see your own videos, my videos.
Dude, that'd be sweet. Yeah, order it up, and I'll send you some stickers.
Cool.
So
you're coming to the Big Falls show? Well, then you got to come to the show at the Armory too in May. That one's free. Oh yeah. But you'll start seeing your. I wear like Iron Horse Garage out in Idaho. They sent me shirt, and so I wear that in her videos, and then Arco up in Big Falls, I wear his shirt, and I think I've worn gas and pudding. And then I was like, maybe I should actually wear our shirt.
I try to the most I can, but I need to get a hoodie or something made so that I don't have to freeze just to show off my shirt.
Yeah. You're driving a wrecker up? You better hide those keys, Iron Horse. Because if you have a wrecker, I need a wrecker for all the crap I bring home. We set ours up through, we looked kind of like you did, local, but it just got going out of the woods. AB10. Oh, John, I can't wait to see that one.
Cool. Yeah.
But what we did is everything around here was was kind of expensive. It was just really expensive because they have to set up our, logo. I didn't know anybody to do it. So, I couldn't do any horse trading with them on anything, to offset some of the costs. So, so we just set ours up through Spreadshirt, and it's an on-demand print. And so we actually do have we have hoodies. So, but I don't have one because I get hot out there.
I'm too cheap to run the heater, so I'm always You probably notice if you watch the videos, you can always see my breath when I'm working. I'm like, well, if I weld enough or if I stay busy enough, then I'll stay warm.
Well, and 3 of those trucks, I think, from the 40s. Oh, hey, why is everybody getting? Where do you find all this cool stuff? Oh, wait, you guys don't live where you. John's got 3 of those trucks, but I think they're from the 40s. KB10. Wayne, where did you find yellow transparent acrylic? Where? On Amazon? On grid power in your shops. Well, yes. We do.
Yeah.
Or
yeah, I lucked out on that one. It's a good thing it was installed when I moved in because I'd be too cheap to install it later.
And I was almost too cheap to have the 220 put out for the heater, so I could just hook it up.
Yeah.
I thought, well, if I run a space heater, it's going to be way worse, than just run that 220 for that. One on Amazon? What? Cheaper on a web, and they'll cut it for you. Where is this? Wayne lives in California. Yeah. He can find all sorts of stuff.
If you can email me a link to their website, because I haven't been able to find anything.
Do they have red? Because if they had red, do the sides and the back.
Yeah, I don't know what color I want to do.
The reason I have yellow is because I kind of want to put them in the coupe because I got those yellow headlights.
Yeah.
Sent you the Amazon. We'll send the website. Yes, they have red. Oh.
Wow.
Now I might actually have to think about putting windows in that sport coupe.
Whoever this Wayne Reynolds guy is killing it with the hookup on the tinted acrylic.
Yeah. I'm not sure who he is. He's always
I don't know. Yeah.
I just sent somebody named Wayne Reynolds something today. Don, my race car will only go 45, and that's end. That's third gear, all the way through the floorboard.
And back around.
Yeah, it needs to be Lexan. Oh well, and that's with my hat on backwards too. 40,
yeah,
45.
Huh?
Canal back sticks. I just looked on the Google. Hey, Wayne, how come you don't look anything like your picture on the... No, I sent you a sticker with your beanie. You're not going to even wear a beanie. It never gets cold enough in California for you to wear a stocking cap.
Nah, you haven't seen the trendies lately.
Oh, well, it says Daryl's Auto Glass on it. I don't know if that's trendy. My good buddy Travis needs this. So the last time I was in California, it was in the Mojave Desert, and it was 1,000,000 degrees, and I was wearing...
I think that happens on a regular basis.
Yeah, it was terrible. Clyde goes faster than 45. He's got all glass, though, Iron Horse. Well, actually, I don't know how fast Clyde goes, because I don't have a speedometer. I just had oil pressure, temp, and volts. And that's
what more could you ask for?
Yeah, I have a tack. I know that about 2200 is double plexi for the back window. Huh. 100 miles an hour, side windows down, hasn't blown up. Oh, great.
Okay, John. Go ahead and show off.
Yeah. Hey, you're the coolest. We're not. I've got
anything good?
Yeah.
What are you bringing home?
He's bringing 98 of those cars home. That's what he's doing.
Good. And
then he's going to make something just as cool as that Studebaker 98 more times. 24 by 48 for $78. Hey, Wayne, are you texting me? Is that why my texting is popping up?
You're going to have to forward all these texts to me so I can figure it out.
I will. Because I'm like, it popped up. I'm like, who's texting me at like 10 o'clock? You know what? I'll just see if that's him. I won't block the camera. Yep, it's Wayne.
Perfect.
I'll forward it to you. Yeah. But hey, Wayne, you didn't answer the question. How come you don't look like your picture, your avatar or whatever? What do you call that? Profile.
I can't see it on my phone, but it looks like he has words for beard.
Wait a minute. New Harbor Freight open up 4 miles from your house next month and opening 15 minutes from you? Oh, you better get that welding table before I drive out there and get one. Another one.
You guys are just barely getting a Harbor Freight, huh?
Wayne, everybody knows you're old. Deal with it. You're also old. That's how old you are. Yeah. I was just at Harbor Freight today. It was, by the way, if you have, Joel, I don't know if you have a Harbor Freight by you or not far. You spend $49 or whatever, free tool.
Really?
Yep. It's, there's torque wrench options, grinder, like the wooden wheel mover thing, and something else. I got a torque wrench.
I'll have to check it out. Yeah, we have a Harbor Freight here in town.
Yeah. It's I got another torque wrench. I don't know. That's 5, I think. I got the 3/8 one, so I didn't think I needed a 1/4 inch torque wrench because I'd probably break it.
Yeah. Inch pounds is just a suggestion, I think.
Yeah, if I need inch pounds on something, I don't use the torque wrench because I'm afraid I'll set it wrong.
Yep.
Oh, Wayne's showing up. We have 2 Harbor Freights.
No, Harbor Freight's a good place to get tools.
Yeah.
Especially when you lose them as fast as I do.
Well, Peyton will claim some of mine. She'll just claim the tools. Like, oh, I'm going to take this. Like, what? Get a job. Brian, I don't think you should call a tool store Princess Auto. It's just not a good version. It's just not a good name.
Why?
Princess Auto?
Yeah.
For selling tools?
I don't know.
Expanded Steve Tools now. I'd go there.
Mm-hmm. Steve's Expansive Tools.
Ooh. Patent pending.
.com.
Hey, Bill.com. Hey, Bill.
Could you imagine having a storefront with a freaking .com and the name at the end of it?
I kind of want to now.
That'd be pretty. You'd be the only one.
You're like, where are you? It's like, where are you going? I'm going to SteveExpansiveTools.com. Like, oh, you got a website? No, it's on the block.
No, it's just a mile down the road. So you're doing like online pick? No, I'm just going to the store. They don't have a website.
They don't even have a mailbox. They have a PO box next time over. Hey, Bill, I sent your hat in the mail today. Wait, hold on. Hey, Brian, no, I take in my Craftsman and I got it at Ace Hardware. Exchange 1-for-1.
There you go.
Hmm? Bill, did you have something? Did they feed you at least? It was 0 degrees? Oof. I didn't pick it. You didn't pick what? What happened? What I missed?
Princess. He didn't pick the Princess Auto name.
Oh,
I'm guessing.
Maybe princessauto.com would be better.
Better be careful when you type that one in.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be. Oh, I found out. Oh, yeah. You got to find out where that Harbor Freight is. So I found out. Yeah, chicken cordon bleu. Well, you spelled the blue right, and you know what? You're not French, Bill, so that's cool. You dumbed it down for me.
We already established that we can't read and we can't spell. So good job.
Yeah, you'll have to go back into the chat, Bill, like halfway up. Parkung lots.
Barcode.
Okay, this
I need
is.
to stop because I'm not good at it either.
It's a thanks for the show. All right, Don. I'll
Thanks,
be calling
Don.
you when I start taking that turd apart. Hey, Dairy Queen, I'm there. Yeah, Dairy Queen every Saturday. Here at the. Yep.
Dude, Dairy Queen and Harbor Freight next to each other?
No, I wish here, but Dairy Queen.
That's what
Wait,
he's
what?
saying. Out here we have Harbor Freight next to Dairy Queen.
What the hell?
Every Saturday, classic cars meet there. Bro, I gotta move.
Yeah. How far is it? How far of a drive is it from here, John?
We
I might
we
have to
have
leave
a
now.
we have an Arby's in the Harbor Freight parking lot, but
We have our Dairy Queen is by the lake, and every Saturday we drive down there. Well, not every Saturday we drive down. Oh, last year we were working on that coupe so much that we didn't drive down there very often. But
I wish I had a Dairy Queen.
yeah, it's nice. Well, Peyton only wants to go for the ice cream. She could give two rips about the cars that she saw last week.
Gotta start somewhere.
Yep. Well, yeah, she thinks she wants to, drive there someday. I'm like, no. It's like you gotta get that car first, that coupe fixed up first. Wayne, why are you talking about burgers now? You had chocolate donuts and now you're having burger?
There's a guy that we went to church with when I was a kid that whenever you'd have like a church party, he would go to the dessert table first and get his dessert, and he'd always be like, "Gotta eat my dessert first," so I always have room for it.
Yeah, that's smart.
So, yeah, have your donut before your burger. I'm not here to judge you.
No, and now he's at Dairy Queen. Our Dairy
Dairy
Queen
Queen.
has to close for the winter because it gets too cold. It's not heated in there. Local car show at the Burger King.
Burger King.
We have a hot dog stand downtown. It's called Lucky Dogs. I don't know. She was the lady who owns it was my sixth grade teacher. I think it was sixth or seventh, but I think it was sixth, and I still call her Mrs. Bow, even though her last name isn't Bow anymore, and I'm nearly 50.
Yeah.
She's like, Chad, you don't have to call me Mrs. Bow. And I said, yeah, I do. Sorry, I do. She goes, well, I'm not Bow anymore. I was like, yeah, well, it's not my fault you changed. I can't. So
I think. Sorry.
Oh, I was like, I finally called her Julie for like the first time last year.
How did she take that?
She was happier that I wasn't calling her Mrs. Bow, or
Okay.
She was like, "You're a grown up. You don't have to call me that." I'm like, "Yeah, I do. I'm sorry, I do." If I see my old teacher somewhere, I call them Mr.,
Right.
Mr., Mrs., whoever they were. Yeah.
With the amount of spelling errors that we've had, I don't know if Wayne is trying to say burger or booger.
Oh, I don't know. I know he knows how to spell taco. If you ever go to Wayne's Facebook page, he has pictures of tacos and burritos and burgers and pizza. That's how he posts. And
Dude,
and
sign me up. Like, does he live in between me and you? Can I stop at his house for dinner on the way?
He's in California.
Oh, that's out of the way.
That's what, yeah. Teachers will always, yeah, see? He gets it.
Yeah.
He gets to eat. Yeah, but the thing is, like when you're posting your lunch, oh, it's 1,500 miles? I don't know. Gas tank. I'd probably have to stop every 150 miles, maybe at the at the most. Other than that'd be about 100 miles. Um, but yeah, Wayne's posting pictures of tacos when he's having lunch. How about Michigan? Bill, yeah, I thought you were coming here with a trailer to pick up that coop. And it's really Michigan's really out of the way between where Joe and I live.
Yeah.
Every evening. How big
Dude.
is the town you live in, Brian? Because the name actually is this long, and I wrote it out. Oh yeah, the food pics, they always look good, especially those tacos when you get the radishes. That's highly likely. Yeah. I do take Venmo and PayPal if you want to prepay. We'll leave Peyton right out of the negotiations.
Yeah.
What if it'd be too late to send that carburetor back if Bill brings a trailer? Well, I'll just put on something else. Brian lives in a town where his name, when you write it out, is this long. The UPS lady and I couldn't figure out how to say it.
You have to put a hyphen in it when you're writing it on the envelope.
Like I had to start like way over just so I could get the rest of it. Like I wrote it like this,
Yeah.
like Brian, some of it, and then yeah. And she was like, "How do you say that?" I'm like, "I have no clue."
I don't know. It's like the town you live in. I can't ever remember how to say it.
It's Bemidji. It means
Okay.
land between two rivers.
Bemidji?
No, that's how tourists say it. Yeah, see, look at how long that name is. Right.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. Ah.
I told you.
So I see penne like the noodle, right?
Yep.
And then tang like the orange drink,
I love Tang.
and then ushi like sushi with the ne at the end. So it's penne tanguishushne.
Oh, did he do it right, Brian? Because I can say Ontario.
Penne tanguishine. I'm
You did
sure I'm
teach me at the
slaughtering.
last live too, and it's right there in Ontario. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it right there? Like it's on the tip of my tongue. Like I almost got it. Penne tanguishe. Penetanguishine. No. Okay.
That's not even what's spelled.
Penetanguishine. 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 Okay.
That's not how it's spelled.
Not at all.
No, it's French maybe.
Hook it on phonics. Work it for me.
You know what? They should really market that again, for Brian's town name.
Dude, I saw they're bringing it back. I saw an online ad for it the other day.
That's awesome. That's okay, kid. I can't say Chevrolet.
It's Chevrolet. Chevrolet.
I thought it was like that was Cheb. I thought it was Chevrolet. He doesn't even have an L in there. That's fine. Yeah. Oh, Tim's laughing at you, Joe. It's an old Isuzu commercial, not misspelling.
Oh, I could see somebody that worked in an Isuzu factory saying Chevrolet.
Oh,
I get
yeah.
it. I get it. I drive a Chevrolet.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I can see that.
I think that's what it's getting at.
Is that what you're getting at, Wayne? With your beard and words?
Your weird beard.
No, he's not talking to us. Taco. No? Oh, hold on. Nailed it.
Perfect.
Ontario, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The American guy couldn't say Isuzu, which is not Isuzu. It's Isuzu. I don't know. I can't say it because I'm American.
Isuzu? You can't
Yeah,
say
but is
Isuzu?
that how you really supposed to say it?
That's how I say it.
Well,
Oh, Bill's got it right. Chevy for short. Exactly.
yep.
Isuzu?
Chevy Ray.
Oh, Wayne misspelled guy. Goo. Because the American goo couldn't say. I was like, guy. Okay. Dude. Now, you gonna text me the commercial too, Wayne?
It's got to be on YouTube somewhere.
Oh yeah, everything's on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
You heard about this channel called Honest Paint and Speed Shop? They're terrible.
Yeah, I found out about him shortly after I started my YouTube channel called Builders Garage.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You should check it out. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
I do. I hit the like and notifications and share too.
Yeah.
You know, whenever I record something, I forget that the camera is flipped. You know, and so I'm like, yeah, subscribe's over here, and I'm like the wrong side. Like, yeah, it's
Pointing in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, click the like button, and they're like, that's where your name is.
Yeah. Well, at least they can laugh at you.
Well, they don't learn. Well, they learn what not to do.
There you go. So do you record everything off of your phone?
I did, and now I have a GoPro now.
Okay.
That I'm using.
Do you like it? Do you like it more, or is it a pain, or what's your review on that?
I bought an older GoPro. I bought the 8 because they're at like 12 or whatever, and it was very affordable. It was like 113 bucks. It was an open box, but still new. It was all still wrapped, so I got it for cheaper. And then the only thing I could say is, Bill,
Thank you, Bill.
I'll tell you what, you'll like his stuff. He actually does things that you can learn from. Not just on what not to do. But I bought this thing. It's called a Media Mod. Oh,
yeah.
I'll subscribe to you too. So
thank you, Iron Horse.
You slip the camera in this. Oh, it's right here. Hey, look at this. So
yeah, that's what came with mine.
Yeah, so I've got this thing as a microphone, and then I bought this flip-up screen.
Oh.
That plugs right into the Media Mod, and then I bought a remote, so I can see what I'm looking at, or what the camera sees, and then I can.
So mine has a display screen on the front next to the camera, and I had to put a piece of tape over it because I'd always look at the screen, look at myself instead of the stinking camera.
Yeah, and so with having this, I'm still looking here.
Yeah.
And then so it's actually nice to have that. And then I got that remote, and then I got some microphones because Peyton talks kind of quiet sometimes.
Yeah.
This microphone picks her up a lot better than my phone. Even though my phone's just much easier to use, I'm just like, tapping on it.
Yeah. And you always have it with you.
Mm-hmm. And so when I go out there, if I don't have the camera, if it's not out there, because it hasn't, because the battery goes dead in cold. But I'll just use my phone quick, and part of the reason why I stopped using it is because it fills up everything so fast, you know, in memory, and then it gets uploaded to the cloud, and then I can delete it.
Yeah.
Or I'll
Cool.
forget to delete it, and then I'll be filming something, and then I can't save it. Yeah. So, oh, Tim, put your email up again. You're gonna get a whole bunch of spam email from Wayne now.
That's okay.
Probably with burgers and tacos and stuff. Oh, Wayne subbed. Brian subbed. Who else subbed? Hold on.
Send me the recipes if you're gonna send me pictures.
And her subbed. Bill subbed. Wayne, turn your spell check back on. Oh, Bill subbed.
Thanks, you guys. I appreciate that.
Oh, hey, Bill, you got the orange hat, the orange stocking cap. So I thought about switching it and sending it to Wayne because people wouldn't know what Blaze Orange was all about. But I had already written your name on the envelope and taped it. That would have been more fun. You are just the best moderator I've ever had.
Huh?
Tim is the best moderator I've ever had.
Dude, he's knocking it out. I appreciate that.
Your high school color was
Yeah.
Blaze Orange, Bill? That's weird. Bill needs a snowbrella. You don't have those up here, Wayne. No, they won't work. You have to. You just can't have this. Oh, and black. Blaze Orange and black. I can't remember what ours were. Silver and blue or something. I don't know. I'll tell you what. Bill is working on a sweet tea bucket. He just started it not that long ago, and he's gonna basically he's saving like this much of the sheet metal, and then he's gonna build everything else.
Perfect.
Yeah. I thought I had some rust on my Roadster. No, it's
No.
brand compared to the thing Bill's got.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, hey, John, cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, we talked to, and then I think on the last live we did not with Joey, but you made a major decision for today.
Uh-oh. You got to spill the beans. Does your wife know about it yet?
Yeah. Did you get another tea bucket? Safety orange. Right on. Come on, Bill. None of this. Don't be. Oh. Oh. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the price on that front axle went up. Maybe I sent you the wrong. Maybe I sent you the wrong measurements. I don't remember. Gold and black. See, I think mine are so
black.
A
barbecue?
Mine's outside in the snow. In case I want to use it.
Where did you install a barbecue at? Outside on your patio? Or in your kitchen with the overhead vent? That's what I want. That'd be cool.
That would be amazing. I think Bill's probably putting it in the back of that tea bucket where the bed, the little,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna run the car on propane, so he can have a tank for both.
Dude, why not? I mean,
patent pending.
That'd be cool.
In the shotgun.
See.
What? Putting it on the Model T frame on the back.
I got to reread this.
Yeah.
750 engine.
Oh, you're doing that after the T bucket.
On a T frame.
Mm-hmm.
With Polaris Razor suspension. 2 seats, one in front and one in back, like fighter jet style, I'm imagining.
You're going to drive from the back seat, right, Bill? Scare the bejesus out of that person in front of you. Move your head, damn it! He's building a mini dragster.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be nuts.
I lucked onto a YouTube video of some guys that built these things called cycle carts.
Cycle carts?
Yeah, and they're like a scaled down version of an Indy car.
Okay.
But they run on like a little Briggs and Stratton 4-cylinder motor.
Yeah.
That's probably gonna happen one day. My son, my oldest, he was pretty infatuated with the video. So.
Well, a sand rail, yeah. You're gonna get yourself some Thornbirds, Bill. They'll do great in the snow.
I had a set of Thornbirds on my on my truck in high school.
I had a set on a full size Blazer 75. They were horribly loud, but man, did they!
Oh,
they're terrible.
I had a buddy that had a set on his. He had a square body Chevy, and they had 37-inch Thornbirds on it. And dude, you could almost fit your fist in between the lugs on the tire on those 37.
No, I mean, there were some spots that were like 2 fingers wide on the 31s.
Yeah. And it was a 3-inch dual Flowmaster exhaust, and you could hear when he was coming down the highway to unload to go ride dirt bikes, you could hear his tire noise over his exhaust.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, here he comes.
I stopped using my radio when I put those on. I was just like, nope, I can't hear it anyway.
Yeah.
I thought if I told my wife, I was like, well, we need a shop truck, you know?
Yeah.
And I thought, I'll just find some old clapped out square body. And I happened upon a video where he was like, I put Thornbirds on. I'm like, oh man, I haven't seen those forever. And so I watched it and I was like, you know what? A 2-wheel drive clapped out square body with Thornbirds on it would be perfect.
Yeah.
And
except a 2-wheel drive square body Chevy's like $30,000 now.
Yeah.
They're more expensive than Model A Ford stuff.
I know. It's terrible. What I should do, I love those back in the 70s. I was 5 at the end of the 70s, Bill. I didn't remember them, the 70s.
Mm. Yeah. Must have been nice.
Yeah. I remember the houndstooth pants, though. I had some of those. White. It was like Camaro interiors, white and red and black. Houndstooth. They're pretty cool. Big collared shirts. You know. But yeah, square body stuff. I'd have to find some junk one that didn't run, maybe. You were married in the 70s? Well, I think it would be illegal if I got married in the 70s.
Yeah, there's no way that I could make that happen.
No. And at 5, you know, I was born in 75. I don't think I could build a house. You have a K10 Scottsdale in the yard? No way, dude.
Okay, well, now we know how much money Iron Horse has.
Yep. He's got 30 grand. He's got fives falling in his pocket. He doesn't even care.
Yeah.
All right, and I was 4 in 79. Yeah, he's using the big bills, 5s. Sounds, yeah.
Yeah.
You had a Chevelle. I had a Duster this color, and I shouldn't have sold that, Bill. I named her Clementine. Yeah, Wayne. Yes, Wayne. Whatever you're knowing about. Oh, hey. Bill sent me the coolest picture the other day at work. I was just sitting there, you know, enjoying my county life where I'm just working on the computer and listening to my ears ring, and my phone may go there. So I pick it up, and there's Bill with an Honest Paint Speed Shop hat on, going like this at me. It was the best.
Oh no.
Oh, why? Why would you do
That's
that?
that sounds like a story.
How much did a clutch cost in the 70s for that? It was all the money. That's why. That's how much it was.
Yeah.
Dark green on a 67 Spell. You don't see enough green muscle cars anymore at all. Everyone red, black, silver, gunmetal. You know,
Yeah.
why not? You have a 41. What don't you have, John? You have a Crosley?
Oh man.
You know, I mean,
Okay, you guys, you're making me feel young. Stop it.
I was 24 and 79. Come on. I was
His
4.
profile picture looks like he's 30, so
Yeah. What year did you take that picture, Brian? 89. 1989, you took it.
I was 1 in 1989. There you go. I
You
get
were
I get to
1?
throw out my I was this old in this year
All
comment
right.
there. Now we're done.
Let's see. I was 14. Wait, Billy, you're saying I'm old? Or, oh, wait. Oh, he's saying you're young, Joel. That's what it is. You're making me feel young.
That I'm young?
Yeah.
Oh.
Considering I'm 13 years older than you, and I'm the, Brian was, 24 and 79.
Yeah.
My youngest daughter, my daughter's born in 89. She's the youngest. Yeah. Bill could be your dad.
Yep.
So could Tim. Your back doesn't. Wayne, turn your thing back on. In a 78 Civic. Let's see. In 1978, a Civic cost what? $995. Who's your daddy?
If you want to share your cars, you can be.
Have you? By the way, have you seen Bill's Camaro? He's got a 69. Brian, you might be that old. You're 20 years older than I am.
Today is your birthday?
It's your birthday today? Now I feel bad. No, not really. But Joel, you got to check out Bill's Camaro. It's the one
I
in the
do.
picture. That thing is sweet. Hey, Bill, I'll trade you your Camaro for the coupe. Think he's gonna take it? I don't think he will. I think the front clip's worth more than my coupe. Next month, Bill? I'll think it over. I guess this is where you're gonna be like, nope. The pick was taken on my 65th. Oh, you look
Really?
damn good, Brian.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like a fine wine.
Mm-hmm. I'm aging more like cheese. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is where Bill's gonna say, no, I'll think it over. Nope. She bought it $5,000 in 78. That was an expensive car. It's like 6-cylinder Camaro money. Yeah. Automatic and roll up windows and
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
But shoot, it got what? 60 miles to the gallon and gas was 78 cents. So
Yeah. Well, unless what year was the embargo, Brian? Was that 77? That's when gas prices went through the roof. It was like $2. And nobody had any gas, and you couldn't get gas anywhere. Oh, they're done talking to us now.
I guess.
Oh, here we go. No, let's see.
Well, it's nice to know that I'm the youngest one here.
Yeah. Well, if Peyton was here, you'd be, substantially older than her
Yeah.
because she was born in 09.
So 20 years.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I was 33, almost 34 when she was born. Yeah. I can't believe people have been watching this for 2 hours.
2 hours. Yeah, 2.5 hours. This
Shard.
old stool that I'm sitting on that I got from the parts stores. I was sitting here like this earlier, and I
Yeah.
see myself in the camera. I'm like, what is it? It's like some JC Penney picture.
You could have done, tip your hat and why do you think I'm in the recliner, man?
For real.
I even took an ibuprofen before we came on here. So anybody sitting down quite a while. Yeah. Well, I've got arthritis in my SI joint, so it hurts all the time. A box of now you're having brownies. You had donuts, a burger. Now you're having brownie bites.
The indigestion is what would be keeping me awake.
Oh yeah. You gonna drink a bottle of sriracha on top of that? Hey. Well, you know what? He had his breakfast, then his lunch, and now he's having
There you go.
a dessert. I don't know. Now Tim's having ice cream.
So I had an orange before we started,
You had an orange.
but my fingertips are cracking because of the cold weather and everything.
Yeah.
And so I had to bite the orange rind to get it started to peel it.
Hey,
That's probably the worst thing ever.
yeah. I used to get that when I was a carpenter. Later in the season would go, I'd get splits on these 2 fingers on both hands.
Yeah.
So there's some stuff. It's called it's on Greasy's Garage. It's like working hands, but
Yeah.
something. It smells. It's got kind of a mentholy, minty smell, and it's not really greasy or thick. It's just a nice for dry skin like that.
Yeah.
It's past your bed. Oh, it's 11:20. Oh yeah, it's 10:22. Oh, Tim wants to go to bed. We won't have a moderator. It'll be pandemonium.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, I should. We should probably wrap it up at 2 hours. And what the hell's going on here? Oh, right there. Okay. Oh, yep. I'm gonna see about finding that stuff so you can see it. Well, it's dark. It's dark in my room, in case you're wondering. That's where I'm at. I didn't turn the light on. I didn't make my
Don't
bed.
trip.
Oh no, I know everyone. Yeah. What the hell? Oh. Here it is. Is this weird?
What's weird?
Is it weird that it's all dark and I'm just talking to you?
No, whatever.
Oh, Brian's going to bed too. Oh, Tim's hanging till it's over.
Oh, way to go.
All right. Next Tuesday. I went and got the stuff. It's called knuckle butter.
Knuckle butter, huh?
Yep. Stuff works really good.
Cool. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. My sister gave me some stuff that her husband uses. That he's a farmer, and it's I don't know, it's pretty good stuff. But I'm the kind of guy that I hate having lotion and stuff on my hands. And then by the time that I finally break down to put it on, then it's too late, and I have to super glue everything closed, and then try to rehydrate and.
But yeah, this. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, try to super glue everything closed and fix the cracks after they happen.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at preventative maintenance.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're all sticking it out now. But yeah, this stuff smells really good. And same with his hand and tool wipes. Smells really good. And they actually do clean up pretty good. They have a rough and a smooth side. Yeah, there is greasy garage. I'm with you. They're all cracked up. You're laughing real hard, or your hands? Oh, hey, kitty. Cat's wondering what I'm doing up. She wants to terrorize, run laps in the house. But yeah,
Wind is 18 inches of snow.
how many? 18?
Brian said he has 18 inches of snow on the ground and it's snowing again.
No, I'm good. Well, that's
last year we had like record-breaking snow. We had like 3 feet here at our house, but
we
it was
we had the
starting
winter
to snow when it started. But
it just kept snowing, and then it would snow some more, and then it would snow some more. It was snowing up until where we thought we'd have to cancel the car show in May because we didn't know. Yeah, and it was like the 19th of May. Just kept snowing, and then all of a sudden it got warm, and poof, it was gone.
just gone.
26 in the last. Yeah, all the storms are going like this. They're coming, and they're hitting North Dakota, and they're going like this. They're going south of us. So we've got literally 5 inches on the ground.
Yeah, we don't have. What did I do? We don't have hardly anything.
We had. This is the first snowless Christmas I can remember. We had no snow.
Yeah, it snowed just a little bit right before Christmas, so we had just had a little bit of snow on the ground. But I mean, that's what we got. It's nothing.
And I mean, I still have green. I have green grass in patches yet.
Yeah.
Which. That's what you got out there, Bill. I love global warming. You know what? Do you want me? I can go start up an old car and I can contribute a little bit. Yeah, Iron Horse is getting all the snow that we normally get, and it just went
right around.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be up in the 30s, as we all should. Oh yeah, go start up an old thing. Okay, right. I don't think you guys can see out there, can you? No. Now I have to go out there since Joe did. Oh, scared the cat. You know what? There you go. Mm-hmm. Yep. See that? You guys see there? That's what we got. Next to nothing. What's wrong that day?
Oh, now it's going to be that way.
Oh, you start your car?
Did you say start up an old thing?
Yeah.
Oh, now the starter's going to give me fits.
Mm-hmm. It's weird after you come over different direction. I bet it is. I didn't think of that.
There you go. A little live excitement.
Bill said you wanted to hear about your shop.
About my shop?
Yeah, or you wanted to see it. He said it looks cool.
It's weird watching you two move in different directions. Yeah, so the shop it's just like a pole barn style shop, 32 by, actually I think exterior dimensions is like 36 by 32. But when we bought the house, it was just an open, empty building. So I put this loft in because I knew that I'd have a bunch of extra crap laying around. So I put that in so that I could have extra storage, and then built this. I got all this tin and stuff I repurposed off of an old barn. This is old hardwood flooring from a house that got ripped out and put in a chicken coop, and then I got it out of the chicken coop. The vet clinic that my mom works at was remodeling, so I got all their cabinets for that. Just a bunch of junk stacked in here. So pretty basic square shop, but it gets it done.
Mm-hmm. Bill, he's got a nail head in there. Not a small block Chevy.
Yep, it's a 63 Buick 364 nail head. So
Yeah.
it's a pretty fun little car. It scoots around. I drive the wheels off of it, probably more than I should.
And looks like it's got a lot of ground clearance and
Yeah, ground clearance for sure. Oh, the dog's coming out to see us now. Actually, back here's the most ground clearance.
Hey, there's the
Frame
dog.
rail off the ground.
Well,
But it's underneath the. Oh, did I lose you?
no. It's just
But-
buffering.
Yeah, so the rear frame rails back under the axle is only that far off the ground.
Okay.
But that is centered underneath or right with the axle. So when you hit bumps, the frame doesn't drag. So
Well, that's good.
yeah, it's quite the little ride. So
Oh, Bill's got 3 1/4 inch ground clearance, and now I liked your measurement of 3/14, Bill. I like 3/14, but he's got 3
That's
1/4.
low.
He wants to lower it more.
3/14 is low.
See, and I can't spell, can't read, and can't do fractions. That's all in there now.
Yeah.
Fat fingers. Yeah, I know the feeling.
He just called my fingers fat.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
that's
are your fingers going to be okay?
yeah. I think they'll survive. But yeah, this is the. Let's see here.
Easy being me.
This is the 54 Buick that I'm building the gasser out of. So I'm putting this 455 Buick motor in it. It's gonna get the leaf spring straight axle
Yeah.
up front. I built the ladder bars and everything for the back suspension.
Are you going to do any painting on it, or are you going to leave it?
I'm
crispy?
trying to decide. I'm not really. I don't know. If I do paint it, it's probably not going to be like all the body work done.
Sure.
I'll just rough it out and paint it. But I kind of like the old. This is the original color of the car.
Yep.
I kind of like that color. So if I do paint it, it'll go back to that color.
Okay.
And then I got, yeah. I don't know.
I think I'd leave it crispy.
I think the whole reasoning for this build was kind of like, the cartoons where they had like the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other, and they fight back and forth.
Yep.
So I have the all original 54. Like it's all original. Like all my grandpa ever did to it was repaint the outside and get the front seat reupholstered.
Okay.
And other than that, it's all there, all original, and so I kind of figured it'd be cool to have like that one is like the good guy, and this one is the
Yeah.
bad guy. So that's why I named this one Bad Decisions. So
Yeah.
it's gonna have that painted on the side of it and be like that. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, hey, Tim said he would moderate if your channel if you want to go live too, by the way.
oh, that would be awesome.
But I'll tell you, Tim is the best at he'll be like, hey Tim, and he'll be like, yep, and then they're just gone when somebody's like being weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody asked about like, what do I think about what was going on with in the Ukraine? And I was like, nope, we're not talking about that. And
Yeah, this is hot rods.
yeah, and then they're like, why not? I'm like, because I'm not. And next thing you know, boop, they were just gone. And that was Tim.
Perfect.
Yep. What? I suppose it's what, 8:30 out by you?
9:30.
9:30.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, you probably want to spend some time with your kids, huh?
Well, I don't know. They might be in bed by now.
Oh yeah. Well, mine's been in bed since before we even started.
There you go.
Yeah, at 8. So I'm just sitting here with not even the cat.
Not even the cat. The cat went to bed, huh?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah.
Well, thanks for the comments on the shop and everything, guys. That's cool.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. And then it looked like all these cool dudes subscribe to you too. So
Yeah.
now you'll have to put up with their comments of being.
I'm down. I'll probably respond to every comment. I like getting on there and interacting with people. So, and the more comments, the better. So.
Oh yeah. Kids are 30s and 40s. If they're not, you know what? The ones in their 40s are probably in bed. I know there's times at 9 o'clock I'm like, I'm going to bed. Just off like that. Yeah. So what's next? What's the next thing you're going to be doing as far as for what are you going to be working on next?
Probably the front suspension on this gasser is probably going to be the next thing.
Cool. Are you going to order parts or are you going to find some cool old stuff?
So when I built this car,
Yeah.
I used the original 1920s I-beam and fabbed some bushings and stuff to convert to like 57, 58 Chevy drums and spindles.
Okay.
And so I have the 58 Chevy truck I-beam already.
Mm-hmm.
It's all stripped down in here somewhere. But then I found another front axle that has all the disc brakes and stuff, but the axle itself is tweaked. So I'm just gonna steal the drums and stuff off of it and put on this. So just to get it going, and maybe eventually I'll upgrade and do disc brakes or something, but I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing with that Sport Coupe. I'm basically trying not to spend much money on there at all. I'm trying to use up what I have for parts, and then only order the stuff that I need to, like the wheel well. Like if I decided to replace the whole wheel well,
Yeah.
I'll order that because it's already stamped and ready to go.
Yeah.
Decide to just repair the rust on the bottom, I'll just either pick up some sheet metal or I'll use some of the rusty junk I got out there. I gave myself a 0 budget. I've blown that already.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the new leaf springs for it, but other than that, I'm gonna try to make and build everything else.
Yeah.
So that's what I like to do is build all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't know, I'm sure there's a lot of people that would have just went and bought some ladder bars or done something, but
Mm-hmm.
I build all that.
Yeah,
So-
because I mean, I can open up my Speedway catalog that I just got in the mail, and I can order a whole, you know, order that whole setup for the front end.
Yeah.
You're talking about the leaf springs and the axle and all that stuff, and see, now it builds after my front end. Yeah, I thought maybe Joel's like, what? How wide is that axle? It's already got it's got 44 juice brakes on it. You're gonna, by the way,
Well, thanks, Tim. I don't know if what you're learning is good or not, but I appreciate that you're learning something.
it's iron versus Thea.
Thank you.
Yeah, we should. So Brian has been watching all of our videos in order.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's dedicated.
I guess he must really enjoy watching me ride the struggle bus and stuff.
That's good. I used to do that with a couple YouTube channels that I followed, and then I started my own channel, and I don't have time to really watch.
Yeah, I get behind. You know, I have a bunch saved in my watch later.
Yeah.
I'll watch a couple, and then I'm like, oh, I better go do a video. Or
Yeah, it's like I gotta edit my own video.
Yeah. And that's the nice thing. I downloaded some editing software on my phone as an app, so I can quickly do it. And that's the one takeaway that I have from getting my GoPro. I have to hook it to my computer, and then so it takes me a lot longer now because I have to wait for everything to transfer, and but
yeah, and it takes forever.
Sometimes we'd record it because Peyton would want to watch, it. So we would do a video. I would edit it, and I'd post it like right away, and then we'd wait for it to upload, and then come in and watch it when we were first getting going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, yeah, I suppose we should probably. Yeah, it's getting down to be 11 here.
Yeah, we're going on 3 hours.
Yeah. Well, this was awesome.
Yeah.
We'll have to do it again. I'll send you well, actually, you have the spread.
Thanks, Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony. Hey, he's another guy who
he
gives a lot of the thumbs ups when he likes one. Yeah, give me a break. Hate getting out of order. You missed stuff. Yeah, you do, Brian. I think it's awesome because I don't think I've watched all of ours in order. But yeah, so just check out StreamYard, like their website there. And it's super easy to set it up. And then you just connect your channel to it, and then you can schedule it all, and it will let you upload a thumbnail and all that. So like that, the one of your logo, and then the one I put up just I just made a collage.
Yeah.
And put it up there, and it posted for me everything. Very user friendly. I had to find one that was, for someone who's never done that kind of stuff. So.
I kind of jumped in with both feet.
Yep.
When I started, because I just ordered the GoPro right from I did one video off of my phone, and I was just like, I don't know if I can do this. And so I just jumped in and bought the GoPro and some editing software to get the music and all that stuff, and I don't know.
Oh, YouTube's got a create or something where you can, or their beta music one, you can license music to yourself for free. And so I like metal music, so I found a few that I've now licensed, that I own or whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I've got I think 3 or 4, so I can just plunk those out now instead of when we time lapse, or if it's just cutting something or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep. So, but yeah, I had when we started this, I had no idea what I was doing. I still don't.
Me too.
video. All I do is like, maybe it's good.
Yep. And by the time you get done editing something, you've watched through it 7 times, and
Yeah, and a lot of the time we'll finish up, and I'll put it together out in the garage. When I do it on my phone, I'll just like put the parts in order, and
yeah.
then I'll start watching it when I'm walking in, and then I sit down. And I'm like, shh, and, because they're watching something or whatever, and I'm telling them to be quiet because I'm trying to.
Right.
And it's my fault, but yeah. So that's kind of what we've been doing since we started, because you started just after we started in February of last year.
Yeah, so I started just after you.
Yeah. And
Yep.
I think I remember the first video I watched of yours is where you went to pass and you got, a little wonky. And I was
that was like the 3rd or 4th video that I did.
Yeah, that was the first one I said.
Yeah.
I think that was right. That was like the first comment, and I think that's how we kind of chit-chatted right there.
Yep.
Are you okay? Did it break? You're like, no.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get the steering situated. I think I finally got it.
Well, I saw you using the hot wrench.
Yeah. Yeah, I finally just had to break out the hot wrench and do that because I couldn't come up with any other fixes. I couldn't see anything else that was bent. I don't know how it got to where it was at, but I guess when you hit a guardrail at 35 miles an hour, it's going to do something.
Yeah, I don't even think I wasn't even close to being done watching that. I saw, you hit, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, that was an adventure.
Yeah. Yeah, that was.
But in all reality, that video is what got me monetized. Because I can't remember how many views that video has now, but it's like 30,000 or something like that.
It had 20,000, I think, so I went back and watched it again. And yeah, it had like 20,000 views on it. So you had your watch hours based on that one all by itself, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. And then because you hit 1,000 subscribers, I think either just before or just after us, but then we had to worry about hours.
Yeah, I got it just before you guys did.
Yeah.
But
we got.
But yeah, that one video pretty much got me my watch hours because it's got 23,000 views on it right now.
Oh so. Wow! Yeah. Well, I've watched it at least twice.
But so. I got lucky on that one because I was actually watching a live feed with Robbie Layton.
Yeah.
And I knew him from when we were building derby cars.
Yeah.
And derbying and everything, and I won that TV and a sound bar on his live feed that he was doing, and
yeah,
and he just mentioned, he's like, oh, I know that guy, he's got to come get it, I'm not gonna ship it to him. And so I'm like, okay. So I just messaged him on Facebook and was like, hey,
yeah,
what are you doing, what's your plans? He's like, actually, I'm gonna be shorthanded in the shop if you want to come down and help. Okay. So and I was in the middle of a giant project at work, and really probably, I don't know, it depends on who you ask, but I was the only one that could really work on the project. But I told my boss, I'm like, sorry, man, I got to take a day to go do this.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been super supportive of the YouTube thing too, because he watches like the Fab Rats guys and the winter towing and Puddin' and those guys, and so he's like, yeah, go do it. And so I went and did it, and I don't know, it was definitely, I guess it was meant to be, because it's what got me going. So
yeah, we started ours as a joke, because I was putting out just short clips of us doing stuff on my Facebook page.
Yeah.
And somebody's like, oh, you should start a YouTube or Instagram or something, and I'm like, yeah, no. And even Arco said, "Oh, you should maybe look at doing it." And so I talked to him a couple times about it, and then finally I just like, all right. So on my lunch break, I used my phone and I just popped together some. I just made a video using the video creator on my phone, and I
Yeah.
posted it, and I sent Arco the link, and I put it out on social media, whatever. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, Tim was number 2 on the because Arco was first because I sent it to him, and then he said, "Hey, go check this channel out," and we had 105 or 110 subscribers the first day, and we were
Wow.
like, "What? There's no way!" And so, and then we hit 500 subscribers in like 2 months, and it just kind of the subscribers were like, "Ooh," and the watch hours because we were making 5 to 10 minutes, just because we had no idea what we're doing.
Right.
We didn't think anybody would even watch this. And then we started making longer ones and people were actually watching them for longer. And so now I think we're averaging that 20 to 40 minutes somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And most of the time it's me losing tools. Like I lost my hammer in a video not that long ago. It hasn't posted yet, but I lost it because I set it down behind me. And I went walking around the garage looking for it and like talking to myself about it. Yep. And I've also
laying right there.
it was literally behind me. I found it when we were done. And
Yeah.
the other thing I've really is like I will have forgotten to grab a tool or whatever when I'm setting up, and so then I'll just have to walk away, and then like the camera's just pointing at whatever was behind.
Yeah.
And I'm back there.
Then you got to cut out 2 minutes of you looking for a tool while you weren't even in the camera.
I leave it.
You do?
Look for, like shop's not big enough where I look for 2 minutes. But
Oh, dude, I have to cut that out, or my videos would be 2 hours long.
yeah, I honestly if I mess up saying something, or if I have to go find something, or if something goes sideways, I leave it all in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, and when Peyton starts laughing, because she can't stop most of the time, and so then it turns into where I'm just like staring at the camera, and she's over here just cracking up, and so we've just decided, yeah, you know what, we're gonna leave it all in.
That's cool.
And there are some things, of course, like if we flub saying something really bad,
Yeah.
we'll take it out. But most of the time, no, we just decided we'll leave it in. We'll let it be what it is. There was one where I was working on the sport coupe, and nothing went right. Like everything went wrong, and what I was doing was it was just taking a lot of extra effort, and it was taking a lot of extra time. And I think Bill commented, he goes, it's nice to see that you left all of that in instead of just going, yep, I'm going to start this and then it's done, with all the bad stuff in the middle.
Yeah.
He said, it's easy for someone to say, yeah, I'm going to get going on this. And then all of a sudden it's painted hot rod, because the magic of editing. No, so I thought, you know what? I'll just leave it in there. And those are the parts that I like when we go back and watch them. Because my wife doesn't come out there, and so we'll all watch them when they premiere or whatever when they post. And that's usually when the funniest stuff happens, because you'll be talking to yourself, kind of thing. You're like, "Yep, let's just do that. Where's this? Where?" And you're trying to figure out whatever's going on, and next thing you know, you got a pry bar and a hammer, and you don't know why, but you're gonna fix it with those two things.
Right.
Yep. But yeah, it's kind of we leave our blooper reel in, and then the 8 seconds of us doing actually good work, that's the part that we learn something from.
Yeah.
Well,
yep.
We almost made it. It's 2 hours and 55 minutes.
I would call that I would call that 3 hours.
Yeah. And there's 8 people still on here.
That's awesome. You guys, you 8 people, send me your emails and I'll send you some stickers. You 8 people that are still here, email me your address and you're going to get a sticker.
You know what? I think I've probably sent you all stickers. But make sure you go get t-shirts from.
Yeah. What way is it going? That way, this way.
Like, I think it's that way.
This way, that way. What way? That way. I'll just get out of the way.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Bill gave me a preview of his sticker that he designed just recently. It is awesome. UP, what's up, man?
It's another bacon cheeseburger.
Yeah, he got done with work, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
he's thinking, well, those morons are still on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tim, UP, send me your address. Everybody, send me your address. I'll get you stickers sent out.
And go check out his website. Tim's put it in the chat. No, I don't even know which way I'm going.
What way?
That way.
This way. And the camera's backwards, but it's not. And
yeah. I can point,
buildersgarage.com.
At you. If I point this way, I'm pointing at the decorations next to the TV. Bacon cheeseburgers are awesome. Now, yeah, Tim, you've been saying you need to send some stickers out for a while. You gotta make it to Peyton's toolbox of fame. Joel's already on there.
Yeah, I need to send you one of the new stickers.
Cool. Oh,
one of these ones.
I'll tell you what, I've got some new ones that, yes, that thing's bad to the bone. I'll stick that up on my cabinet. Oh, and hey, Joel, before you go, since we have a Super Clean we partnered up, we do giveaways for them, and since you did this, I'm gonna send them your address because you won.
Oh, cool! Thank you.
What's this way?
Yep.
You've used their stuff before?
Super Clean stuff? No, I haven't.
You haven't? They're in Minnesota, believe it or not. They're Eagan, Minnesota.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll use anything to clean.
I sent you some Super Clean out of my private stash, Brian. Yeah. But yes, you won, by the way. Yeah, I did a drawing. I did a drawing right here. And you won.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
So I'll be sending your address to them, and it'll come right from them. You're gonna get some degreaser and a spray and then an aerosol. Yeah.
I'll use it.
What's to my left? I'm pointing to my left.
To your left?
Yeah, he says point to my left.
Who? What are we doing?
I don't know. He said point to my left. Yeah. Okay. Point. Yep. Super.
So, that way? The dipstick's on the right side of the slant 6. All I know is that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be sending your address, and are you interested in maybe doing giveaways for them too?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let them know in the email I send them.
Okay.
Yeah. They just, I mean, I kind of got hooked up in the same way. I won from a kind of like that. Yeah. Tim loves Super Clean. So does Bill's granddaughter. She scrubbed the bejesus out of a steering box. I swear to have been soaking in mud since the 30s. But I kind of got hooked up with them the same way. I won, and they said, hey, they got a channel, and maybe they'd want to work with you. And I just do a monthly giveaway, either like this, and I just let them know that who won, and Yeah, see, Bill said it's awesome too. Make sure you wear gloves, man.
Glove up.
Yes.
All
Sorry,
right.
Brian. But you got the super clean send you, right, Brian? But yeah, definitely wear the gloves. It's yeah. Oh, see, super clean's great. And
I don't need to hear it from anywhere else. If you guys say it's good, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. I've got some. Oh, Tim uses it daily. Give me a break. I used to love that show, Brian. In the 80s. Remember that one? Had Nell Carter in it?
I wasn't alive.
You were, well, no, you weren't.
89.
Well,
Barely.
Barely, yeah.
For the better part of 1 year.
You were around. There's somebody that I worked with that said, well, I'm a 90s kid. And I was like, yeah, what year were you born? She goes, 99. I'm like, no, you're not.
No, you're not.
You are not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I've got 4 or 5 super cleans in there, and it just definitely wear the gloves because it can really.
Yeah, my hands are already cracking dry, anyways.
Yeah, and then this stuff's a little bit expensive. I know I showed you that before, but I see what it works.
Perfect.
And it's made in America. And what he does is he takes the profits from this stuff, and he actually does. Yeah, Tim, that stuff will bust your hands open quick and make them bleed. Yeah, I'm telling you. But what Jeff does with Greasy's is he actually takes the profits and he helps get hygiene items and stuff like that families are supposed to provide to veterans in the veterans homes, but ultimately maybe they can't or they're run low.
Right.
So kind of collects that stuff up, and so
yeah, that's cool. I'll check it out.
Yeah, the tool. I'm telling you, I swear by those tool wipes, those hand and tool wipes. They are. I just used up. I finished using a whole tub of them now, so I've got 2 more. When I run out, I'll be ordering more of those things. They're.
You'll have to win another drawing to
Yeah.
resupply your stash.
Yeah, and then on my welding table, after I've kind of messed it up and then kind of cleaned up the splatter, I take it, the dirty one, after I wipe my hands and I wipe it off, gets all the stuff that's stuck on there off of it.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, Brian said give me a break about the dipstick. But
yeah, I know.
Oh, give me a break. See, look at Tim uses it.
Kit Kat bar. Give me a break. Give me a break.
Oh yeah, Kit Kat. Hey, quick survey. Who else is a terrorist and eats them like all in one shot, or do you break them? I eat it all in one shot.
If it's like the snack size Halloween with the 2 sticks,
yeah,
then it gets eaten as one piece of candy. But if it's the full, like king size version, then it probably is gonna get it broke off into pieces.
Oh no, I one shot because it irritates the bejesus out of both of the girls.
That's a good reason to do it if you're gonna do it. But
the other thing I do on purpose. This is terrible. My wife really likes things neat and orderly. I mean, there'll be maybe a wrench. I'll set it down on the floor and I'll just leave it there when she comes out there, and I'll step over it, or like if there's a balled up paper towel or whatever, and I'll just kick it out of the way and not pick it up, and I'll just keep kicking it around the garage. And
don't tell my wife, but sometimes I accidentally put the toilet paper roll on backwards.
My wife will switch.
Just for fun.
I just put it on there. I don't, notice. And she will turn it. But I'd left a wrench on the floor for a week. And it was bugging me. I wanted to put it away, but I wanted to see how long it was going to take for her to mention it to me. Because I was just stepping right over it like it wasn't even there.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so much fun. Now that she knows I do it on purpose, I don't do it as often. What was a great ad?
The Kit Kat bar.
Oh, Kit Kat? Oh, yeah. I'm telling you. I love eating the kid. Just it's awesome.
I'm gonna have to try it. I'm gonna have to go buy one and try it now,
Yeah.
just
Oh
to
yeah.
see.
And do it in front of people. Just do it in your car. You have to do it
At the
in front of someone.
stoplight. Do it in the car at the stoplight.
Yeah,
so that
open up
people
and
are
just look
watching.
at them too. And they're gonna be like, that guy's a terrorist right there.
Yeah.
Oh, the cat finally came, but hey. Apparently she didn't want to get petted.
All right. I might have to call it a night. We got 3 hours.
Oh, we went past 3 hours for sure. Well,
Yeah.
I gotta go to your website now and get a t-shirt. So you can watch your own t-shirt on my channel.
If anybody orders a t-shirt, they're gonna get free stickers too. So
Sweet. All right. Well, Joel, this was awesome. We'll have to do it again.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll figure out how to do it and do some more of these things.
Heck yeah.
So
great live. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Thanks, Bill, for coming on. I don't know. Any final words, Joel?
No, just thanks everybody for subscribing, and if you can share the link and everything and get some more people headed over here. So
Yeah.
but I appreciate you guys hanging out with us.
This was a good time. And we didn't even get off the rails too far, except for the dipstick and parts things. And
Well, we talked about caskets and
yeah. Oh, we did. Yeah.
we did a little bit, but
Okay.
we brought it back.
We did. We brought it back to at least car related.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot, man. We'll see you guys later.
Thank you. You guys have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.